97.9 WRMF, Palm Beach.
A slick substance that starts with the letter C.
Cocky.
Oh.
Doo-doo. Cocky doo-doo.
Cream?
Yeah,
Cream,
we go with that. Yeah, we'll give you that, Dennys.
Cocky doo-doo?
Yeah.
You're mad at Kevin for not taking
Well,
that
what
one?
is that?
Cocky doo-doo. Ooh.
You are weird.
No, we're not taking that one.
I haven't heard that term in a long time.
Ever?
All right, Dennys, you can wrap it up if you get this one right.
Ugh.
Okay.
Dennys, what happened? You
I don't
just
know.
came in here and took the game.
He did.
He's quick.
Take a dive, Dennys.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Yeah, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the KVJ Show. How you doing today, Virginia?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. They got me a new silent mouse over here because people are always complaining because, I'm always having to click through everything from text messages and emails and stuff that, I'm talking about on the show. And so it's clicky, clicky, clicky. And people are going, can you stop the clicking noise?
We can hear it.
Yes. And now we've got a silent mouse over here. So there's going to be no more clicking.
Silent mouse.
Holy mouse.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. So it's a good little Tuesday. So that's good news. I understand the bird is having some problems with Chewy again today.
Yeah, he sent us a text message early this morning saying that he has to bring Chewy to the hospital, the doggy hospital.
Oh, geez. Yeah, it sounds like he's got the vertigo stuff that was going on before. I think that's what the diagnosis was, right?
Yeah, and then they said, once he's on this medicine for a little while, it's going to go away. He's not going to get it anymore, but now he's getting it again. So
okay.
That's scary.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know if we'll be seeing the bird today. He might be out of commission with dog issues. So we'll see. We'll try to catch you up with what's going on there.
I've been sending him full moon pics all day yesterday and today.
They had the worm moon last night, right?
Yes, the big moon, the super moon, like the big dog. So I've been sending him butt pictures. He didn't respond.
No?
No, I guess he's been dealing with his dog.
Yeah. But it's rainy this morning. So is there any moon out? Probably not, right?
It was very bright on my ride into work from Tequesta.
Okay.
So that's all moon, baby.
All moon.
Yeah.
All right.
It didn't start raining until I got to the West Palm area. It was dry as a bone up in Tequesta.
South Florida for you.
I know.
You just never know what you're going to get.
Thank goodness I had that umbrella in the car.
I was talking to Dennys about that. Like, I don't know day to day walking out because it was all cold. And then last week I walked out in long sleeves and a pullover and it was 90 degrees. I'm like, I did not dress right for today. And then the next day I walked out in a skimpy little t-shirt and it was freezing. I'm like, I did not dress right today.
That week was a little twisted.
I can't get it right. I don't know what's going on around here.
You just got to keep what I do. Like, keep stuff in your car so you're ready for anything. Keep an extra jacket. Keep an umbrella.
I'm just used to consistency. Things are usually pretty consistent around here in South Florida.
Not now. For some reason, we've been all over the map, especially these past few weeks.
Mm-hmm. It's been anything but. So, I don't know. So, we'll see. Well, we're not consistent today either, so it's just kind of the way life goes.
Yeah, the bird ain't even here. I don't know what we're going to do without him.
He might be on the line. Is this you, Bird?
It's me.
Hey, what's your status right now with Chewy? Are you still at your place, or you got him at a doggy hospital?
So I just called the emergency place, and unfortunately, he can't be left alone because he's freaking out, and he's walking into stuff. So I have to lay with and rub him and make sure he's comfortable. And it's real dark out right now, so because he's partially blind, it's really tough to move him in this condition, and it's raining. So I can either stay with him until my regular vet opens, which is around 9 o'clock, and I'm going to miss the entire show, or I can go to the pet emergency place right now when it gets a little bit lighter, but it's going to be a lot more expensive. But I'll be able to get to the show for a little bit. I don't know. They're talking about a CAT scan. That's a few $1,000s. So I gotta see what they're talking about here.
Yeah, I would try to cut costs whenever you can.
Yeah, make sure you tell him, too, he's a dog, not a cat. That's confusing.
That's true, yeah. That's right. That is very...
Well, the only thing is if I wait till my vet opens, I'm going to miss the entire show today.
Yeah, well, we got Virginia's kids were sick yesterday.
They're still sick. Rocco's not going to school.
Everybody got some here.
He's staying home.
Yeah, I don't know what else you can do. It doesn't sound like you have a lot of options.
I know. I want to be there with you. I always feel guilty when I can't make the show.
Yeah, well, you got to do what you got to do. It's part of being a pet parent, so got to take care of Chewy. So
yeah, and I also thought those pictures. I know this is honest. I'm not being. Those pictures Virginia sent me of her butt. I really thought that was Panda's butt.
You think I have a man butt? Oh, not a compliment.
I honestly. I'm like, why is she sending me pictures of Panda's butt?
I was thinking it was looking good.
Oh, man.
I was thinking that full moon was popping.
Well, maybe you have a nice looking man butt. I mean, you got to take what you can get.
I mean, I didn't say it was bad looking. I just thought it was Panda's.
Yeah, you just got a man butt.
We do have a slightly different amount of hair on the butt, though. I mean, I don't have any. He's got some.
You don't have any?
I don't have any, I don't think. I mean, I probably have peach fuzz, but I don't have full-on, like, man hair.
So were you thinking that Panda shaves his butt?
I'm just saying, man, it kind of looked like a butt. That was not Virginia's.
Really?
And I'm
very curious to see it now, actually. What's going on here? Okay.
Well, happy full moon.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I think I'm going to take him to the emergency vet, so you'll probably see me today.
All right. Well, do what you need to do. What's best for Chewy, and I know how those can get, and you might have a lot of medical bills, so I would probably try to sidestep as much cost as you can because they'll find a way.
Yeah, he's not comfortable, so I gotta get him. As soon as the day breaks here, there's some light and it stops raining, I'm gonna bring him.
Okay. All right. Well, best of luck and keep us updated on everything. Okay.
I will. All right, guys. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Okay. All right. There you go. So you never know what you're going to get around here, Virginia.
It's always an adventure.
It's always an adventure.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Because we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in just a second in your Dirt of the Day, looks like Amanda Bynes is having more trouble. We told you that she was engaged, and then we told you that the wedding was off. Now, why is she fighting with her family and with a judge? Oh, my goodness. This is a mess. I will let you know the latest coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, Harvey Weinstein's legal team is asking a New York judge to sentence him to a light sentence. They're like, look, this poor guy,
right?
He is probably not going to survive prison if you give him more than 5 years. And please be nice and don't give him more than 5 years. I mean, really?
Why?
The lawyers are asking the judge to consider how Harvey has had his life destroyed and how he's lost everything since that article came out accusing him of sexual assault. When you rape people and do horrible things and then you have to go to jail, I don't feel bad for you.
Yeah.
He should get the maximum, which is 29 years.
Yeah.
So he's asking the judge to give him just a 5-year sentence when the maximum is 29.
Yeah.
I said they give him 28 and a half.
No, I wouldn't take any time off. I would just be like, no, sorry. I mean, this is a very serious thing. We don't reduce any time.
No.
From what this is, from what you did is.
And these are just two victims.
Yeah.
We've heard accounts of dozens and dozens more. This is just two victims.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you don't do that. I mean, come on. And I wonder too. I keep seeing him, and from where he was to where he is now. Physically, he looks like he has gone through a massive disease. Like he has cancer or something along those lines. And I don't know fully what is going on with him.
It's probably
that he's gotten so feeble.
I think it's, he's aging and the stress of getting busted and shamed and losing everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's consequences for bad behavior. I do not feel bad for Harvey Weinstein.
No.
Tiny bit. It's called karma, bitch.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Well, it's called justice. I mean, that's what it's all about. You do things that are terrible like that, then you got to pay the consequences. Just the way it goes, man.
We'll keep you posted. So the sentencing is supposed to happen tomorrow, and I'm definitely very interested to see what this judge ends up giving him, Harvey Weinstein, to be sentenced tomorrow. And finally here, Amanda Bynes has been ordered to check into a psychiatric facility. Now, a judge ordered her to do this, but sources say she is now refusing to cooperate with the judge's orders. There was a secret court hearing held last Thursday involving her parents and this alleged fiance. They had only been engaged for 3 weeks when the conservatorship judge had the ruling that Amanda should turn herself over to the psychiatric facility, but Amanda is now refusing to go. And her family is saying, look, this is a serious problem. She has serious mental health issues, and they legally stood in the way to make sure she couldn't marry this guy. But other than that, I mean, they're really having trouble helping the judge enforce this conservatorship. She's just refusing every kind of help.
Yeah,
Scary.
well, it's got to be tough to deal with what all they're dealing with.
And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day, brought to you by our friends at Cleveland Clinic.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
Well, we got Jaybird caring for his dog Chewy today. So, Virginia, what you got on your mind right now?
Well, I always get people that ask, oh, yeah, how can I get involved with Little Smiles? And I love Little Smiles. I love what you do. But then some people are like, what exactly does Little Smiles do? So a lot of times, people don't really understand the full scope of what the charity is. And really, at the core of it, Little Smiles wants to swoop in and help kids smile and feel like kids again. So it doesn't matter what it is that has put this kid in this unfortunate circumstance. A lot of times it's illness and they're in the hospital, but sometimes it can be tragedy. Sometimes these can be perfectly healthy children that have just gone through terrible things. And so I wanted to tell everybody the story of something that came to us last week of this family. So there's 2 boys. One of them's in 2nd grade and one of them's in kindergarten. And 2 years ago, they lost their mother to cancer. So you can only imagine how awful that is. The grandparents stepped in, and the grandparents are the guardians now of these 2 children, but they already care for an older, mentally challenged child of theirs who's in his 30s who lives in their home. So now they've got a 2nd grader, a kindergartner, and a 33-year-old son who's mentally challenged who lives with them. I mean, that's a lot for 2 grandparents in their 60s or 70s to handle. And then we got the news last week that their house had caught on fire, an electrical fire, and the entire house was destroyed. Now, these are the grandparents that are the caretakers that are already, I'm sure, extending themselves in what's supposed to be their golden years.
They're dealing with enough.
They lost the home. Sadly, the home had no insurance, and now they're living with family and friends and kind of just trying to scramble and put anything together. So Little Smiles heard about their story last week. We swooped in. We bought groceries for the whole family.
Good.
School supplies, backpacks, all kinds of stuff that the kids lost in the house fire. And now we will continue to monitor this family and be with them for the next, few months, years, to make sure that the kids get what the kids need. So it's not always illness, although Little Smiles does serve a lot of children that are battling cancer and all kinds of horrible stuff in the hospital. It's also kids that are in distress and are dealing with a crisis situation. This is the kind of stuff that Little Smiles does best, helping kids smile a little bit.
Well, that's what I particularly love so much about the charity is how flexible it is. And, so often you have so much red tape, these bigger national charities, and they just don't have the flexibility to be able to do that kind of stuff because of the accountability. And with Little Smiles, you've got people that can immediately make super fast decisions and use the funds appropriately to do these kind of things.
And we've got the team that hates to say no.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about Little Smiles.
Yeah, a lot of big hearts.
I would say probably 95% of the requests that come in to help a child in crisis are approved.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really beautiful thing when you see these donations, all the hard work that went into Stars Ball, raising all that money. This is why we do it, to help kids going through crisis just like this family.
Okay. I love that. That is good to know. And if you want to find out more, you can go to our website. There's a link there, kvjshow.com, but they're also at littlesmiles.org.
Yeah, and if you can't give money, you can volunteer.
Yep.
There are so many levels that you can help Little Smiles right here locally because we need you.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. All right, Denny, standing for his boy Jaybird today. A little thought from his mind. What you got going on today, Dennys?
So they got all these new technologies. They do the big showcases each year with all the new stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And this has been a topic on the show multiple times. So I was going to see what you guys thought about this new invention. It is an emotional support dog, but it's a robot dog that looks like a real dog.
Okay.
That way people can bring them around without having issues with allergies, the dog relieving itself in public.
Biting children in the airport.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'll put a picture up on KVJ TV, but it's a Labrador named Jenny, and it's about $500, but you could buy it, and it's a sanctioned emotional support animal you can bring anywhere because you don't have to worry about.
Well, we've purchased service dogs through Little Smiles for kids, and I can tell you those service dogs are a lot more than $500.
Really?
Thousands.
Jeez.
For a trained service dog, I believe we paid somewhere in the neighborhood of $8,000. Yeah.
Yeah, these ones right now are available for pre-order. They start at $449 up to about $549.
Okay.
But is it going to be the same, though? I mean, because you're kind of lacking. I mean, the thing that is amazing about dogs is the personality that they have. It's not just that it's a furball that moves around and can look at you. It's that, there's something about that dog and the companionship. And I think we connect because it's an actual living, breathing
I
thing.
agree. But it does. This thing's supposed to be incredibly advanced. It's got 50 sensors across its body. It reacts to touch. It wiggles. It moves. It's supposed to emulate a real dog that you can have on your lap. You can bring around places. They have different models coming out later. But pretty well. What do you guys think? Would that solve the issue for you?
I love it, but my opinions.
And do you think it would fulfill the need of a person? I mean, it's a new item that's coming out
I
this
don't
year.
think
It
so.
might not work yet.
I don't think so.
We don't know, but
I don't think it's going to be the same. But I'd have to see it because I think that's where technology is going to continue to fall short. We're trying to make everything a robot, and trust me, you would think I would be all about the robot agenda.
I know that's your people.
But I just don't. It's just not the same thing. You just get that sense, whether it be artificial intelligence or whether everything I've seen to this point, it just feels fake and it doesn't feel the same. It's like at that point, a stuffed animal would do.
Look at that cute face.
As a woman with severe animal allergies, I love it.
That's what I'm saying. That way people can have their emotional support animal, and I won't be sneezing the entire flight.
Yeah, I get where they're going with it. I'm skeptical, but interested.
All right. Well, I was just seeing what you guys thought about that.
I love it, Dennis.
I want to give a shout out today. I don't know what you were doing overnight, but I told you I had my Jeep the other day. I was trying to get here, and of course, it was when I was running late, and it just wouldn't go over 40 miles an hour.
I told you, I thought it was a
boy.
transmission issue.
Yeah, I think you were wrong, Virginia.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I know. Go figure.
My auto mechanic skills are off.
Yeah, it
Shocked.
didn't seem to work out well. But the guy who was doing my Jeep, a buddy I've known for a while, he does rabble rouser. He's got kind of like a little Jeep business. He was up last night because the part he thought he was going to get on Saturday and didn't get it till yesterday. And he's texting me. He was up all night last night getting this thing together and delivered my Jeep at like 5:30 this morning.
Whoa.
And I'm like, don't you have like a day job? Like, what are you doing, man? So I'm like, this isn't necessary. I'm like, I can Uber one more day.
He stayed up all night to fix your Jeep. I think you got to pay him extra.
Yeah, I'm just like, I can't even imagine what this bill's going to be.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that triple time and a half? But
whatever
no, I don't.
he did and whatever he charges you, you got to give him a 20% tip on top of it.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what? That's just crazy.
Dang.
So I don't know if anybody couldn't sleep last night or was up doing something, but I'm like, well, it's just completely unnecessary. But
Was it the full moon?
I don't know. Maybe it was.
The worm moon, I think they were calling it.
Maybe that's what it is. He's like a werewolf mechanic.
Yeah. Imagine that.
The moon comes out.
Gets it done.
And he's out there, and he's howling and doing what he's doing.
Well, it's kind of nice. I mean, you wake up early in the morning and your Jeep is there because the werewolf mechanic's been up all night working on it.
Yeah, I thought that was very handy.
How nice would that be? Instead of turning into a werewolf, you turn into something useful every full moon.
Something very productive.
Something awesome, yeah.
Yeah, but it's weird because you're up doing whatever it might be in the middle of the night, whether it be.
You're still a werewolf.
Yeah, you're a
but
werewolf.
you got the skill set.
Yeah.
Like you're a werewolf painter. Like,
Yeah.
for some reason.
It's hard to paint in the dark, Kevin.
But maybe you got those eyes. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can see, but it'd still be weird. Is that a werewolf painting a house? So it's what werewolf mechanic. Thank you, Tucker, for doing that. And did you do anything weird last night? I know sometimes, usually when you're up all night, there's some kind of like weird story behind it. Sick kids, sick dogs, sick truck. Something like that is going on.
Yeah, Rocco's sick. Mags isn't feeling so well. So, yeah, it was rough. Panda is stepping up, though. He takes Rocco into the guest bedroom, and they sleep in there so I can sleep in the sleep number bed by myself.
Look at you.
And get rested night's sleep.
Okay.
I walked out to my car in the parking lot, and my neighbor was coughing so bad, and I was like, "Oh no, he's got the
Corona.
So then I went around the corner, and my other neighbor was coughing so bad. I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
It's everywhere.
I'm in between it."
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully they smoke or something, and that's the reason.
I've never seen it, and I hope they do.
Yeah, I hope they smoke.
I'm hoping that everybody's a
It's not
smoker.
often that you root for people to be smokers.
Yes.
I root for you to have a vicious nicotine addiction.
So where are we with the coronavirus? I'm just, the only thing I really care about, how's this going to affect me? So what is exactly going on here with the coronavirus? It really, honestly, I'm baffled. It's really kind of insane, all the things that are going on with this. So I will let you know the latest updates with the coronavirus and what it is going to mean for your day-to-day coming up next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at KVJShow.com.
See, this is what the big deal is for me with the coronavirus, how it's going to affect your life. Even if you're not freaked out about the disease, it doesn't really matter. Because there's a lot of things around you that are going to be affected, like the fact that you can't find TP anywhere.
I found some last night at Walgreens.
Oh, thank goodness.
I was picking up some prescription stuff for Rocco and Mags, and yeah, they had it.
Not easy to find.
No, it was almost picked clean, but there was a little bit there at Walgreens.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's happening is a lot of cancellations. We've already talked about Ultra, Coyote. What else is going to be canceled? Keeping an eye on Sunfest, what they're going to do with that. Now, that is going to be pretty much the end of April, first week of May. Where is the virus going to be?
Right. It might be too early to call that one.
Oh, it definitely is. But that's just some of the stuff that, looking ahead, what exactly is going to happen.
What about all the St. Patrick's Day celebrations that are right around the corner?
Yeah. Dublin, Ireland has canceled their St. Patrick's Day parade. That's a big one.
That's kind of the home base.
That's kind of it. New York City and Boston right now are still on, but as we creep closer to St. Patrick's Day, which is just a week away, we'll see if they're still going to have those or not.
A lot of the celebrations, I think, happen this weekend, too. So, ooh.
Yeah, I would imagine if they're not canceled yet, then they're going to be okay, I would think. And a lot of them are bar promotions. I mean, you got a few city things that are happening. I think West Palm Del Rey, some of those other places have kind of their own city things, but I haven't heard anything being canceled. And I wouldn't imagine at this point, if we haven't heard anything, that they would. I mean, unless this thing just really takes fire. And to me, it seems like it's slow moving. I don't know what the rate of a typical pandemic is, if they're going to call this that, and how fast it spreads. But there are some things that are starting to change a little bit and shut down. You may have heard Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune no longer going to be taping with a live studio audience. They say for Jeopardy, part of it's to protect Alex Trebek, who's got a compromised immune system.
Well, then we're in favor of that.
But I mean, if you've ever really looked at the studio audience for Jeopardy, doesn't it pretty much look like they all have compromised immune systems?
They are definitely up there.
So, I mean, I respect what you're doing for Alex, and that's all good, but it's probably just good to do it anyway for a Jeopardy crowd.
Thank you.
In fact, if it's just flu season, you should never have a live audience, just even if it's not coronavirus. The NBA, NHL, MLB, and Major League Soccer are closing access to locker rooms and clubhouses. And right now, they're not talking about necessarily doing any games without having a crowd in there. The media is. LeBron says he wouldn't even play. Pat Riley from the Miami Heat says he doesn't think it's going to happen. But in some places it is. Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, the world's most famous soccer player, played his 1,000th game in front of an empty stadium. And he was running around giving imaginary high fives to non-existent fans.
Oh, wow.
So he actually had to in some places. They're going around in Europe, you know, in Italy right now. Things are really on lockdown.
Oh, Italy is shut down.
Yeah, they're not playing. So you're going to go to different places like that. They're going to, you know, be a lot worse than what we are right now, and hopefully we don't get the same kind of spread that is going to go on. Sush just text me, the F1 Grand Prix of Bahrain will be run without spectators in a few weeks. So you're going to start seeing at least some of the international sporting events without anybody in the stands. Concerts could be affected. Pearl Jam supposedly going to be kicking off their tour on March 18th, have postponed it. Richard Marx canceled his European tour and nobody noticed.
Oh, that's cold.
Trust me, if you know Richard Marx, deserved. Madonna canceled the rest of her tour dates, and also Kiss has canceled meet and greets.
Interesting.
Well, they are over 70 years old, so they fit right in that category of people that you don't necessarily want mingling with coronavirus.
You know it's serious when Kiss has stopped a revenue stream.
When Gene Simmons is going to turn down possible money.
And you know they sell those meet and greets for big bucks. If Gene is turning down money, this is serious.
It is a big deal. The countries are going to be most affected. In fact, right now, they say as far as traveling, China, Iran, South Korea, Italy, and Japan, those are the places that are a little bit more questionable. They said avoid traveling to the West Coast if you aren't in optimal health. But other than that, you know, it's pretty good. And it's got to be devastating to what's going on with our cruise industry here in South Florida.
The cruises are done for right now. They made a statement that, like, we don't think anybody should be cruising, especially if you have compromised immunity. I have a friend who took a cruise last weekend.
Yeah.
Over the leap day holiday. And he went back to work, and his boss told him, go home. Quarantine yourself for a week. We don't want to see you.
Wow.
Don't even come in here because you went on a cruise. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm wondering, my cousin just did one where they took that new Virgin boat from Liverpool, England, and they wound up getting diverted to Miami. Ugh. But he just got off the boat on Saturday.
I'd be scared if I was over in Europe. I mean, it's just a scarier place over there.
Right. Yeah, with what could be going on.
I took the kids to the doctor yesterday. Rocco has allergies, and we had him out in the cold on Saturday, and it turns into like a croupy coffee thing for him. He's done this before. It's a pattern, so I'm not worried about him having the coronavirus. But that was the first thing the doctor said. She's like, have you traveled anywhere outside of the U.S.? Have you taken a cruise? Have you been on a plane anywhere with a bunch of people where the circulated air is recirculating? And we were like, no. She's like, okay, well, you have minimal risk.
But like Dennys was saying, he's just outside by his car today, and he turns to his left, somebody's coughing. Turns to his right, somebody's coughing. If you cough or sneeze anywhere in public now, you go and get stank eye.
And if you are coughing, you need to go in your house or your car or someplace where you're not going to be scaring people, because I was in Walmart and this woman was having a coughing fit in the frozen foods area, and I was like, lady, you better get the hell out of here. So it's just a scary time to be coughing on people. Nobody wants it.
So where are we right now with this? If you woke up today and you've got a cough, can you call your boss and be like, hey, I think I need to just stay here and quarantine myself. I got a cough today. I don't know if it could be coronavirus, but two, I just don't want to deal with the backlash of, if I have to cough, everybody in the office hating me if I come in today. So can you get a pass to stay home? How much is this going to work?
I think you should. I think you really should right now because people are very scared. And if you go to work and you're coughing, you're going to create all kinds of stress and drama for everybody else at your workplace. Think about it like that and try to do whatever you can from home if you have a cough right now. It may not be the coronavirus. It probably is not the coronavirus, but people's nerves are all upset and worried, and you don't want to be that person in the frozen food section of Walmart having a coughing fit and scaring everybody around you and creating all this unnecessary stress and panic.
So if you got the cough, then that should be an excused absence, and your boss should be like, "Nah, you better chill, stay home."
I think.
Okay.
But that's just me. I think if you're sick in general, you should stay home.
Oh, just wait. People are going to be rolling out this excuse like crazy. There's a sheriff in Alabama that was having a trial for theft. Apparently, he had stolen something, and he was going to be going on trial for his own theft.
The sheriff stole?
Yeah.
What'd he steal?
It doesn't say in the story what he stole. I don't know what it was. Yeah, it just said he had a theft trial that was going on, is all it says. He was indicted last year for stealing campaign donations, using his job to obtain interest-free loans, and solicited money for employees. So he had a little ring of stuff.
He was embezzling.
But he tried to fake having the coronavirus to get a delay in his theft trial.
It didn't work?
Nah, apparently not. Yeah. Somebody texted in and said, I've got a coworker that literally coughs every single day and refuses to admit that he doesn't cover his mouth. And when he does cover it, and when he does cover it, it cost him to his. I don't know what that means.
It's a bad time to have a cough, y'all. And if you have a cough, don't go around people because people are going to be freaking out. Even if it's normal for you, even if you normally, cough, maybe you smoke or maybe you're just have a propensity towards respiratory or issues like that, you're going to freak people out and it's not cool.
Right.
Hashtag be cool and go in your car or go in your house until your cough has subsided.
Mm-hmm. That's what they're saying. So there you go. Be interesting to see exactly when people are going to start trying to use this as an excuse. I'm trying to get a gauge on how many people are now trying to call out with coronavirus or saying I got a cough. I can't come into work. William said, my boss told us that if you feel a tiny bit sick, stay home.
Yeah, I mean, people are scared and nervous. And if you're at work and you're trying to just do your job and you got the guy next to you coughing and you're worried about it, which a lot of us are, it's normal.
Yeah.
You don't want to listen to this guy coughing because it's just going to escalate your fears.
Right.
It's not really fair for you to do that to people, even if you know full well it's not the coronavirus, and it's probably not. It's still going to get people all upset. And why would you want to do that to people? If you can do your work from home, now is a great time if you got a cough to stay home.
I got to tell you, though, yesterday I was kind of self-quarantined because my Jeep was broke down and I'm too cheap to Uber anywhere. And I'm not going to lie, at the end of the day, I was kind of going stir crazy. I'm like, if we have to quarantine and you're in here for 2 weeks, I might lose my mind.
How's your toilet paper situation? You ready?
No, I don't think it's good. I think I'm down to my last roll. I am not doing this well.
Well, don't worry, because me and Panda both had the same idea to buy a huge, massive amount of toilet paper.
You did. You're one of those people. You bought into it, huh?
Well, we didn't consult with each other, so we bought double, because he bought a big pack and I bought a big pack. So if you need paper, I got you.
I might. That's kind of, honestly, that could turn into the black market stuff.
It could.
You see people spending $50 for a roll of TP? You never know. That could be it. Invest in TP right now. It's better than the stock market.
I will go in the yard and use leaves before I pay $50 for a roll of TP.
That's what I thought too. I was counting the palm fronds yesterday. I'm okay.
I have so many other options.
Yeah.
I mean, if we get desperate, I can go to napkins. I can go to paper towels.
Jump in the shower.
I can go to tissues. I can go to wet wipes. I can go to baby wipes. There's a lot of options.
Yeah. I don't get this run on TP. Kristen said, I'm a general manager of a Planet Fitness, and members have been canceling their membership because of the coronavirus. The gym has slowed down a lot, too. Boy, it gives you a great, easy excuse, right? Not to work out. Because you think of all the...
You already don't want to go.
Oh, it's just so... trust me, I'm one of those people, I am looking at the first excuse you can come up with to not go to the gym. And when you think about the germy equipment, you're like, well, come on. It actually might hurt my health.
They always say, like, yeah, a gym is one of the places
yeah.
where there's a lot of germs because everybody's like breathing harder and sweating and leaving a lot of juice behind on the equipment.
So juicy.
So juicy.
There's some very juicy people at the gym.
That's people juice, y'all.
I know.
That
So
is
gnarly.
your people juice, and that is what the, illness lives in, your people juice.
Yeah. And listen to this. If you got a trip, Lisa said, I got a client booked on a cruise to Alaska, but not until July. But no travel insurance, and it was $15,000.
Ah!
You're going on that trip, right? I mean, if that's you,
It's way too early to say what's going to happen in July.
okay.
But
You're right.
you should have bought the insurance. If you're spending $15,000 on a trip and you don't get the travel insurance, come on.
I feel like it's moving slow. A 69-year-old woman is Broward's fourth case of the coronavirus. So that's what we're looking at here in South Florida. 3 people who contracted the disease in Broward are connected to a company that operates at Port Everglades. So right now, pretty much everything that we're seeing in South Florida has got some kind of connection to cruising or travel. Other than that, it looks like we're pretty good.
Yeah, and that was the first question of the pediatrician yesterday. Have you
Yeah.
traveled? Have you cruised? Have you been in a plane? And we said, no, no, no. And she said,
Right.
okay, well, this is a
Allergies.
basic cough, allergies, and all that.
Yep.
No freaking out.
Well, just to let you know, Jay Bird is tending to his dog Chewy today. Chewy having some of those like vertigo type symptoms that he had before. And so Jay Bird's going to have to get him to the vet a little bit later on this morning. So he doesn't want to leave Chewy by himself. So
Yeah, he said he was like walking into walls. And he was
Yeah.
all upset. And,
yeah, so he's being a good doggy dad and taking care of that kind of stuff. So.
Well, the dog is blind too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's got to be like you've lost your vision. Now you've got vertigo and you can't get it together. Like, that's scary.
Dark out. They jack with him with the daylight saving time. There's just all kinds of problems going on here. So Jay Bird is going to be out probably today tending with that, just to let you know.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in just a second, I'll tell you who accidentally had a wardrobe malfunction and exposed his little wrestler during a WWE pay-per-view match on Sunday.
Ruh-roh.
Whoopsie. I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often. Have you seen the outfits they wear?
Oh, I know, yeah.
You've wore those little tiny shorts.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
when-
had a wardrobe malfunction.
Well, and I've seen they use them sometimes to lift the wrestler. So when they're doing that kind of stuff and tugging, yeah, why is this not a common occurrence?
Tugging, lifting, moving
Oh,
in
yeah.
crazy ways. Stuff pops out. And it did just that. I'll tell you who it happened to coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, I love this. Charles Barkley is going to be selling all of his memorabilia, or a lot of it, to build houses for the underprivileged in his hometown.
I'm not even exaggerating. We probably got 30 eyesores, as I call them, where houses used to be when I was growing up. Either a rotted out house or there's just weeds that have overgrown. So what I'm trying to do, I want to work with the city of Leeds. I want them to give me the spaces, number one. I want them to give me the houses. And I'm going to use my own money selling my memorabilia, because all that stuff is at my grandmother's house. I'll even keep it, to be honest with you. And if I could build 10 to 20 affordable housing, I want to do green housing too. Like I say, if I could sell all that stuff, it would be just a really cool thing for me.
Good
That
for
is cool,
you.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
And what a great use of celebrity and taking your own memorabilia to fund it. I mean, awesome moves, Charles Barkley. In other news, Angelina Jolie opened up a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. You know, she don't open up very much. Talking about some of the health issues that her children have faced recently. I guess 2 of her daughters had to have surgery and had medical challenges. She said the last 2 months she's been in and out of surgeries with her daughter Zahara, her oldest daughter. And then her younger daughter, it sounds like it's 13-year-old Shiloh, had to have a hip surgery. Shiloh was photographed walking on crutches over the weekend.
At 13?
At 13.
That's crazy.
No word on, what led to all that, but scary stuff. 2 surgeries for 2 young children. That's stressful.
Yeah. They are saying Brad Pitt's been there.
Good.
I bet that's cold and awkward, though.
Oh, my gosh. The worst. But he needs to be there because you can't make him not be their father. As much as you don't like him, they love him or still need him, and they're young enough to where it's you can't make that decision for them.
I was just watching that Disney movie Angelina Jolie's in, where she plays kind of like the evil witch of the woods.
Yes.
Maleficent. I was like, that poor Brad Pitt.
You think she's really Maleficent?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I got a feeling.
She's not acting?
No. I got a feeling like that's that. Man, inside of what it's like to be Brad Pitt.
And finally here, who showed his business on Sunday night in a live pay-per-view for the WWE? None other than the wrestler that we met down in Miami, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
His junk fell out of his outfit when he was doing a fancy move. He was in the Elimination Chamber in Philadelphia, and the skin-tight briefs kind of got grabbed and pulled to the side, and whoopah, his whole business came out.
Wow.
And I don't think he
Maybe
realized.
like a new kind of weapon.
I don't think he realized at first because there was no reaching and grabbing to tuck it back in. It was dancing out there, waving at people for a little bit.
Really?
That's awesome.
Okay.
And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day, brought to you by our friends at the Cleveland Clinic.
Few celebrity birthdays today, like Carrie Underwood is turning 37 today. John Hamm is 49. Sharon Stone, 62. And the Chuck Norris turns 80 years old today. Also, a quick little shout out here to our beauty queen Paisley from Mom, Dad, and Emma Bug. Got a little photo of Cutie Pie right there on the KVJ Show TV on our YouTube channel.
She's adorable.
Got a 16th birthday shout out to Nathan from Mom, Dad, Nick, and Jake, a.k.a. Poo Poo. Happy 3rd birthday to Isabel from Lena. Happy birthday to my awesome girlfriend Christina. That is from Dano. And happy 1st birthday to our sweet Kennedy Grace from Mommy, Daddy, Papa, Baby Courtney, Nate, Riley, Bubba, Nate, Nick, and Afton, Lindsay, and Thomas. So a lot of people jumping in on that.
Yay.
Got a birthday you want on the KVJ Show? Let us know about it. Send us an email. It's the best way to do it. Mail at KVJ Show, mail at KVJShow.com. We can get to those. That is the easiest way for us to be able to see those and get those here on the program. Because every now and then somebody does one. Oh, like Adrian said, hey, a little shout out for Adrian in Waco, Texas. One of your biggest fans. 10th is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah. No, but we don't see us as often on Facebook, so it's a little bit easier there. All good, though. David is on here from West Palm. Some fascinating stuff. We were talking a little bit about, what the coronavirus is doing to the day-to-day life. I know you see it all over TV, but your just day-to-day is going to be affected by it. And whether you think it's a big deal or not, it doesn't matter. Because it's going to affect what you're going to do in life.
It is. And we're definitely not seeing as yucky as it's going to get just yet. So the fear level shouldn't be a 10 yet, but you should be aware of what's going on and realize that it's probably going to get worse before it gets better.
So listen to this, David here from West Palm. What's it mean for our schools that are out there? And some teachers going, think of all the germs we got to deal with. You say that it's actually impacting how many kids are not showing up to school, and it's even causing problems finding substitute teachers. Is that right, David?
Yeah, we have a hard time getting subs as it is, but, the teachers don't want to come in because they don't want to get sick. So they've been staying home more and more lately. We're not able to get subs, and, what happens usually, especially on a rotating schedule, is teachers got to give up their planning period, which, it's not a big deal. It sucks, but we got to do it. But at the same time, that still doesn't cover everything. So then we have all these extra kids being split up from their classes and put in. So, I teach language arts. So there are days where I got some 30 kids crammed into a room, and, we have FSA testing coming up. So nothing's harder than trying to keep 30 kids under control in one of the main classes.
Oh, geez.
So it puts a lot of strain, and then, you got all these kids that are also probably sick. So it's been crazy every day.
It's the worst of all worlds. Have they said anything about possibly closing. I know because we get the Palm Beach County School District emails, and I think they sent something out yesterday
They
about
did.
coronavirus.
I've got it because I am a Palm Beach County Schools mom.
Yeah.
So I get it. And yeah, they said they're wiping everything down. They are
Even our children?
preparing. they are wiping your children.
Good.
No, I think that they're saying, look, there are no known cases in Palm Beach County. So
Yeah.
as soon as the CDC confirms cases, we will be informed, and the health department is continuing to test, and they have protocols about wiping everything down, and they've been really kicking up the cleaning methods.
Yep.
But
Okay.
so far, they're kind of in a holding pattern, it looks like.
All right. So that's pretty much where it is.
All the field trips are canceled. All the travel is canceled. Of course, any international stuff is canceled.
Yeah.
But they say that, they're just watching it to see what's going to happen.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Interesting that a lot of people are pulling their kids out of school right now, or the kids aren't showing up.
Scary.
And it might be, too, where it's just even if you got a cough or something that's a regular, not even coronavirus, that you just don't want the people freaking out around you.
Yeah, and that's why I'm keeping Rocco home
Yeah.
because he's literally got the cough. And I know that it's just him. He has
Yeah.
these issues, respiratory, that he's had his whole life. But I'm sure that would freak out all the kids and parents
Yeah.
at school. I don't want that.
Right. It's going to be a tough day. Not only is he got to deal with the cough, but you got to deal with everybody reacting to his cough.
And then the judgment.
Yeah, I know.
And then people treating him differently.
Oh, I know. And they will, Virginia.
I know they will. That's life, baby.
Somebody texted in and said, yeah, I have acute bronchitis. So needless to say, I am that guy in public.
Well, you need to stay home. I would recommend if you have acute bronchitis, you go home and don't scare people out in public because it's not right.
Yeah, I guess if you got a boss that's understanding, sometimes they may be like going, Somebody who does construction said, our boss would be like, get here, put a mask on. You're going to be fine.
Ugh, that
Yeah.
sucks.
I don't think everybody's always got the option just to be like, yeah, I'm going to stay home. They're going to be like, no, you're not.
I guess you're right, but I mean, shouldn't we care enough about people to say, okay, I don't want everybody else on my workforce to be all upset because this one guy is coughing on them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Interesting stuff. We'll get to more in a little bit. So apparently, if you are not very attractive, there's zero chance you're sitting up front at this New York-based TV show. At least according to this post, it is kind of starting to go a little bit viral on TripAdvisor. It is called We Were the Uglies. And it says, talking about the show that is hosted by Seth Meyers.
Okay.
You know, the late night show. He used to be on Saturday Night Live.
Sure.
And he's got his own late night show. Says here about the show, great show, but the seating process makes you feel like poo. If you're not young, /skinny, /pretty, be prepared to be placed in the very back. Like middle school PE all over again. It's kind of interesting as they kind of break down how the whole things go with the seating. It says, regardless of your place in line, at check-in you receive a ticket with a letter or number that seems to be based on how young and attractive your party appears.
So they give you a number grade and a letter grade right there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ugh.
We were seated in front of others already seated earlier. Regardless of which seat you receive, the studio is fairly small and all the seats are good. Now, we've been to several tapings of TV shows in New York, and it always has been first come, first serve. Fair, right? With this show, though, you are given general admission tickets received online, and you arrive at 4:45 to proceed to the show. We were the second group that arrived, so we thought we would have great seats. Wrong. When you arrive, you go through security and an ID check station where they assign a number for your entrance in the show, stating it is random. Now, they say it's random, so they don't want to.
It's random based on your looks.
But we were there early, and we received a number 60. And then we soon realized the lack of randomness as numbers were called to be seated. The low numbers and even some lettered tickets holders all seemed to be 20-something good-looking individuals. As the numbers increased, the ages and weights of audience members increased also. There was a definite correspondence. The higher the number, the bigger and less attractive you were. When it came to the last few groups, we noticed the people were not as attractive as the first.
Dang.
How about that, huh?
Well, if you really want to find out, a good self-analysis moment, go to see Seth Meyers and see what number you get.
It is a grading right then and there, and you can tell where you stand on the whole totem pole of attractiveness for a random audience in New York City.
He must do audience shots where they pan to the audience a lot.
Well, I think a lot of those shows, some do more than others, but you do see it often. I haven't seen his show enough to say how often he's
I haven't
panning
either.
to the audience.
He's up a little bit late for me.
And I've never really noticed an attractive sliding scale. And this is from somebody, at least putting this on TripAdvisor, that we've been to several tapings of TV shows in New York. And this is the one that they're calling out for doing this. So is this maybe just something where Seth Meyers' crew is doing something that doesn't happen at every single show? Because I have seen others where it doesn't seem like there's it seems like randomness.
But you're not a hot girl either. Like, I know some hot girls that have told me specific stories about they've gone to see shows in Vegas, shows in New York that tape, and they arrived late and got brought to the front row.
Interesting.
The couple of times that I know about it, they were brought to the front row so that the host could talk to them and look at them. Like, it was like getting set up for that. It wasn't being set up for the television viewers to see them. It was being set up for the host of the show to be able to come over and interact with them.
Really?
I've had two different girls tell me that. You know both of them, and they're both hot.
Okay, because Lucas texts in and he said the audience does not appear on TV on Seth Meyers' show. So if it's not about making the audience look better, is it about appeasing Seth Meyers? Now, here's what they do say about this. It says, before the show, a warm-up comic engages with the audience, and Seth Meyers comes out before the taping to thank the audience for coming. Near the end of the taping, Seth comes up into the audience to answer any questions for about 10 minutes. Does he spend more time in the front row answering their questions?
Do they put the hotties right up there? So he's like, oh, hey, randomly,
Well, hey,
you,
how are
lady,
you?
how are you?
Right, what's
how
going
are
on?
you? Oh, you seem so engaged in everything I'm saying. He probably wants to look at the cutest girls while he's doing his thing. He's a red-blooded American man.
Wow.
If you had the power.
Is this a big deal if this got out of somebody from his cast who had a grudge and quit, comes out and says, yeah, Seth totally makes us go and find the hottest people, and they always have to sit up front?
I mean,
Or does anybody even care?
I'm not really surprised. He's a red-blooded American man. He likes to look at good-looking girls. I mean, what guy doesn't?
Somebody texted in and said, my cousin was the audience supervisor for the Jimmy Kimmel show, and she absolutely had to strategically place people in the audience for better ratings. Now, I wonder if that means good looking, or maybe sometimes you might want to try to find somebody that looks entertaining that Jimmy could.
I've been to Jimmy. So Jimmy actually has a pretty big audience, and only parts of the audience are shown on camera. And I bet you they put you in certain areas that they know is going to be like a camera shot.
Yeah.
There's like a hot section and an ugly section. And they know they don't pan to the ugly section because they already have those pre-designated shots lined up and planned on.
Well, just goes to show you. I mean, I think it's still, and it probably always will be in society, that it doesn't suck to be ugly, right? Or to be hot.
Newsflash, if you're better looking, life is easier for you. Duh.
What do you think is more advantageous, to be born beautiful or to be born rich?
Oh, my gosh.
One or the other.
That's tough.
What makes your life easier? We see it all the time in South Florida. You got beautiful and rich people here.
I think rich, because with the money, you can get the plastic surgery.
Yeah, but I mean, can you take somebody that is really, it's stacked against them and make them completely gorgeous?
Do you remember the reality show, The Swan?
Was that about plastic surgery? I really don't. That was like 15 years ago.
They took like hideous people and gave them like $50,000 worth of plastic surgery, face, body, everything.
Yeah.
And these people went from pretty awful to hot.
Wow. Okay. So you're saying it's better to be rich than it is to be gorgeous.
Always. Yes. You can buy gorgeous. You can't buy rich.
Okay. Virginia has spoken. Coming up here in a second, are you ready? Because intern Thumbelina's got Virginia's 5 tough questions coming up here in just a second.
Yours were pretty good yesterday.
Yeah, she did a great job writing these up.
Zoned in on the robot, Kev.
First question for you, I'll give you a chance to think about it. Would you rather have the reputation of being really stupid or really promiscuous? That is your first question we want to hear the answer to.
What if you feel like both might be already out there?
Well, you just got to say, okay, which one would you rather have? We'll find out.
Dumb and loose.
Thumbelina's 5 tough questions for Virginia coming up.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Talking about somebody had posted on TripAdvisor that the beautiful people at the Seth Meyers show sit up front. And is that standard? Somebody else said that, yeah, they do audience manipulation at Jimmy Kimmel's show. Not necessarily they're saying that the pretty people sit up front, but they definitely do kind of stagger the crowd based on who they want where. A lot of times you do want the attractive people up front. Somebody texted in and said, when I lived in New York City, I went to the Rachel Ray show several times, and the same thing happens. They seat you based on your looks and encourage you to wear TV-appropriate colors that pop, like blue and purple. However, I find the Rachel Ray audience isn't really the prettiest to start, so thank goodness we were seated in the first several rows, or I had a real bad complex of myself. I think it's kind of standard for TV tapings.
Oh.
So I've never had any idea, but now that you go in, you'd be like going, oh man, we got to sit in the front.
It's a moment where you really quickly become self-aware.
Right.
How hot am I? Okay, now I know. Thank you, Seth.
What a kick to the self-esteem if you know the ugly people are sitting back and you're in the last row. Somebody also made note, too, that on the last episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, they discussed how Larry David had gone to a restaurant that he liked, and all the young, hotter people sat by the window, and the older and uglier, fatter people sat in the back of the restaurant. And he was trying to get in the hot people section and couldn't get there.
I have heard that before. I have heard that from a lot of people.
Really?
The least desirable.
Even at a restaurant they have...
I've heard it before, and I've heard it from too many different people that, especially if they're trying to draw people in.
Yeah.
They put the hot people up front so you can see them through the window. Oh.
Well, how many restaurants do you go to in South Florida and they put the hottest, best cars right out front? I mean, right as you're walking in, you go to a
Maserati,
Louis Bossi, or you're going to Restoration Hardware. Yeah, they park them all right out the front so they can show, oh, look at who's here. Look at these fancy cars.
You're right.
Yeah, why wouldn't you do it with people, too? It's just tougher because we have feelings. Cars don't. That's tough. Wow. All right, interesting stuff. Thanks for the text. 877-979-WRMF. You can always hit us up here on the KVJ Show. Sadly, Jaybird is having to tend to his dog Chewy today. Chewy is not feeling well, and he felt like he needed to stay with him. So
yes,
he's looking over Chewy.
I think Chewy has some of the same symptoms that he had last time. So remember, he had like the doggy vertigo, and they had been giving him medicine to help him get over those symptoms, but I guess they're back. That's not good. Chewy's kind of freaking out and walking into stuff, and he can't see because he's going blind. I mean, poor guy.
Yeah, that is tough. So hopefully we'll get a good diagnosis for Chewy, and it's just something temporary. All right, yesterday I had to answer mine. Our intern Thumbelina came up with 5 tough questions for each of us. Virginia, your questions here today. Here's your 5 tough questions. Number 1. Would you rather have the reputation of being really stupid or really promiscuous? What do you think? That's your reputation. You're known for either just, oh my gosh, Virginia is so dumb, or wow, you better lock down your husbands, lock down your sons because Virginia is sleeping with everybody.
Okay, so I would rather people think I was dumb than they couldn't trust their man around me. That would be sad.
I think you can go further. Because a lot of times they look at, you can't help dumb sometimes.
Right.
Or ever.
Dumb's not malicious.
Right. You can't help sleeping with everybody.
And then I'm just going to really work hard to try to, change the attitude and maybe have them think I'm not dumb.
But then, maybe they care for you. They just love you. You just got a heart of gold.
Stupid.
She's so dumb, but man, sweet as pie.
Yeah, I could not function in a world where all the women hated me because they thought I wanted to take their man.
Right.
That would just hurt me.
Okay, I think that's the right answer. Okay, question number 2. At gunpoint, you have to either eat a full plate of either raccoon spare ribs or deep-fried gerbils. Which do you choose? Full plate of either raccoon spare ribs or deep fried gerbils.
And the spare ribs are cooked.
Yeah.
The coon ribs?
Yeah.
I'm going with the coon ribs.
I think so too. I think that's the right call.
I mean, I'll get through it. I've eaten weird stuff before, so
Yeah.
that's not that bad, I don't think.
Where I'm from, I probably had raccoon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even doubt it. They will throw down a plate in front of you, and some of those houses are going, what kind of meat is this?
I've seen people from Louisiana serve up squirrel
I've had squirrel.
and nutria rat.
I have not had the nutria. That's that giant rat,
That's
right?
that giant,
I've not had that.
big mama rat.
Okay.
There are people that have eaten that. I have never eaten that.
We did squirrels, and we would do rabbits a lot.
Rabbits,
A
frogs.
lot of rabbits, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 3. You're plowing through it here. Thumbelina's 5 tough questions for Virginia. On vacation, you see Harry Connick Jr. kissing a woman you know is not his wife.
It's not Jill Goodacre?
It's not.
Oh my God. I would be really upset.
Now, taking a photo and selling it to the tabloids will get you a guaranteed $100,000, but his marriage will end. Do you do it? You have the power for $100,000 to end Harry Connick Jr.'s marriage. Do you do it?
I love Harry, and I love him and Jill together.
Sure, yeah,
They've
but-
been together forever.
Oh, I know. It's a sweet story.
Certainly is. It feels
New
like
Orleans first couple.
it feels like from a lot of the social media posts, he's still very, very into her, and she's kind of checked out a little bit. So
Uh-oh.
I don't know. She does not post the stuff that he posts. Like
Okay.
he gushes about her.
Well, maybe she's just more private, Virginia.
I don't know.
I mean, come on.
I'm reading into these pictures and
Oh,
posts.
easy.
This is what I do. I'm selling the photo for the money. That's a lot of-
$100,000.
Yes,
You're ending Harry Connick's. His marriage falls apart.
I'm so sorry,
He's
Harry.
sad. He never gets it back together.
You'll put out a great album filled with sadness and
You
pain.
see him on a street corner next time you go to Mardi Gras, and he's just like, he's got a wine bottle and he's down and out.
I'm so sorry
And
that I
you
have
did
to
that.
do this. It's $100,000.
It is $100,000.
Am I evil?
I mean, honestly, he's really the one that did it. He
Yeah.
kind of asked for it himself.
You're
He's
right.
the evil one.
Thank you for relieving me of my guilt.
Okay, 2 more here. Thumbelina's 5 tough questions for Virginia. Would you pick your nose and eat it in view of our boss, Elizabeth, for a month of free alcohol?
No.
But anywhere you go, it's all picked
No.
up. There's no tab.
I care too much about her
6
opinion.
months.
No.
6 months. 1 year.
No.
Really?
No, I
She
can't.
may think maybe she didn't see it right.
Look, she's the boss.
Yeah.
She has a lot of control over our career. I don't
But
need.
what are you going to do to somebody who picks her nose and eats it?
I
mean,
don't-
what are you
no.
going to hold them back?
I don't need her with that in her head while she's helping me with my career. No.
She just think you're gross.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Okay.
I care about her opinion.
Okay. And final one here, your last tough question, Virginia. For the next 24 hours, you either have flaming hemorrhoids or rancid, uncontrollable flatulence. Which do you choose?
Okay, so I have real life experience with both.
Sure. So for 24 hours, what would you rather deal with? Flaming hemorrhoids or rancid, uncontrollable flatulence?
I'll tell you, it's hands down the flatulence. Hemorrhoids are no fun, Kevin. You've never been pregnant, so you
I
probably
never had 'em, never had 'em.
Never had them yet,
Yeah.
and you don't have pooping problems. But
Okay.
people that have them can tell you they are awful and they are weird and they hurt.
Okay.
So I always pick farting.
I think you probably, it wouldn't even be a punishment for you.
It's like, okay, it's just another Tuesday.
You'd love it. All right, there you go. That is your 5 tough questions.
Those are fun,
Yeah.
Thumbelina. Thank you.
You did a great job. Yeah, tomorrow we got Jaybird. We got around for Denny's. Maybe we'll have 5 for Suits coming up.
I love it.
Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we had this on Call 'em Out. I think it was 2 weeks ago, and now it is a local news story marked for theft. Your dogs are being nabbed right out of your yard.
What?
Well, people still letting us know exactly all the places you can tell how quickly you're ugly. Didn't realize it, but it all started with this TripAdvisor thing we'd read about how at Seth Meyers' show, somebody wrote that it was very obvious that the attractive people get to sit up front, the ugly people in the back. And somebody texted and said, yeah, I worked in Orlando in college at one of the theme parks, and my job was to work the tapings of the TV shows. And I was the one in charge of putting people in the rows that they were to sit in. And I was specifically told you put the more attractive people in the front rows, the decent-looking people in the middle rows, and then the least attractive in the back.
There you go.
Gosh.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
So, I mean, you immediately right now, as you're hearing this, you just know where you are if you've got any of these shows in life. How pretty am I or not? Dang, that's tough. Wow. Coming up here in just a second, we got a round of Denny's or Animal, and we're hooking you up with some hot tickets. It is a 4-pack of tickets to see the Miami Heat taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. It is going to be on Monday, March 23rd at American Airlines Arena. 4-pack of tickets, so you can take the family. You got the kids. You can go to that game. All brought to you by Hair Club.
Nice.
They took me to the game last Friday.
Yeah, you were in the fancy seats.
Yeah, they have a Hair Club suite there, too. They really do it right with the Miami Heat tickets.
Dang.
And so, yeah, they've been awesome to us and are giving us Miami Heat tickets. So thank you very much to Hair Club. And you can go to hairclub.com if you got any kind of, if you don't love your hair, you got to go to a Hair Club to check it out. So we'll give those away here in a second. You can jump on the line, 877-979-9763. Marked for theft. This was a call out that we had 2 weeks ago here on our show. Somebody had brought this to our attention, and then I just saw that a local West Palm station, I think it was Channel 12, had done this, the one to turn to. A story on how people are nabbing dogs in Loxahatchee.
How scary is that?
And they're marketing them, they believe, for theft by putting ribbons on the fence posts.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was a story about Jade Mazzara. Her corgi, Pagan, was missing from her fenced-in yard. And when she did further examination, she noticed that her fence was cut and a ribbon was tied on the gate near the hole.
Oh, my gosh.
And we had seen this because people were sending us the Facebook pages. That's where I was like, oh, wow, it looks like there are several photos. I saw about 4 or 5 photos of people that had these little ribbons that were on their fences. One house had a black ribbon, one had a white, one had blue, another one had white, one had green. So I don't know what all that color coding is for, but
that is so messed up.
It is so messed up. She went onto a Facebook page, the Loxahatchee Lost and Found, and they were able to get her connected with her dog, who Pagan had been found located at a friendly neighbor's house. One Facebook user claims that he saw the dog throw Pagan from a pickup truck onto the side of the road. And a woman who runs a pet rescue called Pet Haven Rescue suspects that the thieves were actually trying to get her dog Pagan for breeding. But when they saw that incision was on her abdomen, they realized that she'd already been spayed. And so they, got rid of her, threw her out of the vehicle.
They only want dogs that can still procreate.
Yeah, have some kind of value. I guess they could sell them or sell the pups or whatever it might be.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, real
This
crazy
is
thing.
Diabolical.
Yeah. I mean, it's real nasty. So I think for the most part, we covered this a couple weeks ago that I think a lot of people in Loxahatchee know, but if it spreads to other communities, keep an eye out. If you see just a mysterious, wait, why is there a ribbon and you've got a pet that is normally outside?
Oh, I would get a ghillie suit and I would just hang out in the yard with a shotgun and wait for him to come
like
back.
Them snipers?
You're going to take my little puppy, my baby?
Right.
I'm going to shoot you as you try to do it.
That's crazy, right?
And you're on my property, so if you're not all the way on my property, I'm going to grab you by the ankles as you're dying and pull you on my lawn so I can say...
Is that how you're going to do it?
Yeah, it's a you were on my property thing.
Wow.
I can't believe that people are doing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. With as many dogs that need to get adopted, why are you stealing from other people?
Because they want purebred, and there's people that still prefer purebred over adopting a poor animal in a shelter, which is disgusting.
Wow. Somebody texted and said, yeah, it's a huge problem in the acreage in Loxahatchee. My Rottweiler puppy in 2012 was taken out of our yard. We were on 25 News and finally got her back. Our across-the-street neighbor stole her and traded her for an ATV.
What?
Yeah. And, yeah, she said this, too, and they'd planned on using her for dog fighting. That's what they get a lot of them for.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I know. Terrible, right? If you love dogs, like, we do here on this show, you are not happy to hear that news. So, unawareness.
Dang.
Just keep your eyes peeled. See what they're doing. All right, we've got a quick little round here of Denny's or Animal. Brian is on here from Sunrise. Try to win the 4-pack of Miami Heat tickets Brought to you by Hair Club. Hello, Brian.
Hey, good morning.
How you doing, my friend?
Doing great.
Good. Well, do you know your animals?
I think so.
Let's hope so. Because what we got here is a round of Denny's or animal. We got some animal noises here. You got to tell us if it's coming from the real animal or from our producer, Denny's, okay?
I got it.
Okay. We're just talking about guinea pigs a second ago, Virginia.
Yes.
Deep fried guinea pigs.
Deep fried, which is not nice.
Deep fried. Okay, so what do you think? Is this a guinea pig squeaking? Is this real or is this producer Denny's? Wow.
That's adorable.
Does sound adorable, yeah.
You could never deep fry
I know.
that.
Who would have that?
That's so cute.
Who would have that? What do you think here, Brian? Is that Denny's or animal?
I don't know if Denny's could do that, so I'm going animal.
Gonna go with animal, gonna go with the real thing? I think Denny's could do that, but he's saying it's not him, so you're gonna get a point on that. See, I believe Denny's can do anything. I've got a lot of faith in him. Okay, we've got right here a raccoon stealing trash. A raccoon stealing trash.
They love to do that.
Oh, boy.
That's their cut.
You got coons, you know they love doing that. Okay, here we go. Raccoon stealing trash. Denny's or animal? There's the trash. They're done. Oh, they found something good. You hear there's trash. There's clearly trash. There's scurrying and there's celebration in there.
It sounds like, joyous, triumphant moment when you find trash.
They found something good clearly here. He's digging around. Yeah, they're happy. Very happy. Okay, what do you think about this, Brian? Is that a real raccoon stealing trash? Is that Denny's or animal?
I'm going to go with Denny's on that one.
Gonna go with Denny's, yes.
Yay!
Denny's gets very happy when he digs through trash too, by the way. He loves it. Find some good things in there. Okay, here we go. So far, a perfect score, Brian. You are crushing this.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. All right. Final one here. We've got a red stag. Red stag. Is that a big old, like, deer kind of thing? It's like a deer with big old antlers, Virginia.
Okay.
And it's a red one.
Red stag.
Yes.
So he's a ginger.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
All right, let's get into this.
A red stag.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Sounds like he's stoned.
Or can't poo.
That's tough. I don't know what it's like for them going to the bathroom, but you're right. That definitely sounds like he's struggling through something.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Brian, what do you think? Is that Denny's or animal on that?
Yeah, that's Denny's.
Gonna go with Denny's? Why, yes. That is Denny's. That is actually Denny's struggling to go to the bathroom.
Denny, is you okay back there?
I think you can do the first one because that was impressive.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. Hey, Brian, congratulations. Hair Club is going to hook you up with a 4-pack of tickets to go check out the Miami Heat at American Airlines Arena. If you're a Heat fan like me, you know you're very excited. They've got a pretty good little season going on here. I think they're like 4th in the East, and it could be a good little playoff for them. They got the Oklahoma City Thunder at home on March 23rd. You'll be there, okay, bud?
That's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, there you go.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in a second, I will tell you who got arrested. A member of the Fugees arrested in a Manhattan courtroom. What happened?
Okay.
Drama.
You got 3 choices of who it could be.
Drama with your baby mama.
Okay. I'm going Lauryn Hill.
No, it's not
Really?
Lauren.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll tell you coming up in a second. Oh, you got to stick around, Kev.
Oh, you got me, Virginia.
Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, They are newlyweds, but he got into a little bit of trouble because he moved out to California from New York and did not register as a sex offender. And if you are a sex offender and you have to register and you don't do it, they will take that very serious. His sex offender status stems from a 1995 New York conviction for first-degree attempted rape. So he was initially picked up by cops after a traffic stop last year in Beverly Hills, and that was when it was discovered that he was not registered in California as a sex offender, but living there, which you cannot do. So finally, they have him now registered as an offender in California, and he will be tracked, and they will be able to keep up with him and all that kind of stuff. So it's got to be kind of weird. Nicki Minaj has stood by him and said that we don't know the details, and it wasn't what it appears to be. But in '95, he was convicted for first-degree attempted rape. Sounds serious to me. And in other news, Katy Perry, who is adorable and pregnant now with her first child, I guess was telling Grandma all about it. We've got some audio of that for you.
Grandma, it's Katy. I just wanted to tell you, I know you're not feeling well, but I wanted to share some exciting news with you. You remember me, Katy? I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna have a baby. I'm pregnant, Grandma. Katy is finally pregnant. She's the last one, but I have a baby inside me, and I wanted to tell that to you. Don't say
Uh-oh. Did Grandma not approve?
I'm not sure Grandma's down with that.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think her grandmother is very, very sick. So she wanted to tell her in case, God forbid, something bad happens. But Grandma not giving the sign off.
That's not optimistic.
Grandma.
Goodness. It didn't sound like a...
Let's hope when Grandma recovers from her ailments that she'll be in a different state of mind and be approving.
I think her grandma's deep 90s, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Grandma sounds like she's definitely having a rough go. But hopefully she bounces back and recovers and is able to join in the family celebrations for the baby. On the way, Katy Perry going to have a baby this summer. And finally here, who from the Fugees got arrested in a Manhattan court on Monday? Praz. Yeah, Praz got arrested because he was unable to prove that he was making court-ordered child support payments. Now, he did admit to the court that out of the $125,000 in back child support that he owes, he had only paid $2,000. So that's $2,000 out of $125,000. Not a very big dent in that. He did say that he had a friend that had helped him get the money together. There was a tracking number on the check, and that the check had been mailed to his ex-girlfriend and baby mama for their 9-year-old, but the check hadn't got there yet. And I guess the tracking number didn't work, and the judge wasn't able to verify the money. So the judge locked him up right then and there, arrested him on site.
Not playing.
No word if the check ever showed up. This was on Monday he was arrested in court. So, I mean, if the check shows up like today or tomorrow or Thursday, do they let him out? Fascinating.
It's probably the only way the Fugees get back together. They all start having money problems.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you owe $125,000 in back child support and you've only paid $2,000, that says to me you're having money problems, and they need to do a Fugees reunion stat.
Hello, Lauryn Hill.
Please, Lauren, take his call. And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day, brought to you by our friends at the Cleveland Clinic.
Heard from Jaybird. He said, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it in today. His dog Chewy is not feeling well, and he's getting looked at 10:45 by a specialist so he can get some relief, and he can't be left alone while he's like this. So he said, sorry, it sucks. I'd love to be with y'all doing the show, but I can't do it today. So he's watching over his dog.
Everybody say a little prayer for Chewy.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's if you're wondering, that's why Jay Bird is not with us today.
It's time for viral audio.
So how's your kids? How's your wife?
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Talking about all the stank eye people who even cough in public are getting right now. We really don't have any cases in Palm Beach County. There's only 4 in Broward. And still people are like, Denny's giving somebody some stank eye in his parking lot.
Well, if anybody is out and about having a coughing fit, just know you're scaring everyone around you because it's a scary time.
Yeah.
You don't know who's got it and who doesn't. So if you're coughing, excuse yourself. Go outside. Go to your car.
And by the way, if Denny's is coughing, it's not because of coronavirus. It's probably weed.
Yeah, I mean, he just hit the bong.
Yes, so do not be alarmed. The boy's perfectly healthy and fine. But it's causing some problems. I know other countries are a little bit more intense with their coronavirus than we are. I was just watching the news today about what's going on in Italy, and right now they're recommending limited travel to places like China, obviously, Japan, South Korea, Iran, all making that list.
You couldn't pay me to go. I'm sorry.
And apparently even in Australia, things are pretty tense there. Coughing caused an argument on a train.
I did not open my mouth when I coughed. I coughed inside my mouth.
Disgusting.
Yeah, you're disgusting too.
Are you serious? Did you just cough at me?
Yeah. I don't have a pandemic.
I asked you politely to please cover your mouth when you
Yes,
cough.
I did not open my mouth when I coughed. Don't you listen?
The advice from the government has been to cover
just
your
shut
mouth
up.
when you cough.
Look, just be quiet. I don't want to hear this.
And then you coughed at me
You're in a quiet
with an open
carriage.
mouth.
Oh, shut up.
Your coughs are now a weapon, apparently.
Dang.
Yes, pretty crazy stuff. Well, if you don't want to be taken out by the coronavirus, luckily Doc Oz is here to help save us all. The Doc Oz Coronavirus Survival Guide. What does he want you to know? Katy Perry, over the weekend, got to tell her grandmother that she was pregnant right before her grandmother passed, apparently. So
Oh, did she pass away?
she is no longer with us, Virginia.
Oh.
Yes.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, the news apparently was too much for Grandma.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Dang.
there you go. But she was able to tell her. And that's it.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Well, so is life, Virginia. You know, it's a circle of life.
I know.
It's the way it goes.
I wasn't ready for that.
One comes in, one goes out.
Okay.
It's kind of the way it works. Well, a lot of talk about the coronavirus, of course. It's all over the place. What you need to know is exactly how it's going to be affecting you in life. There's the bad, there's the good, the bad. Some of the stuff that we love to attend is getting canceled. You got Ultra, you got KVJ Show being canceled. Some other things are kind of being shut down, like Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. They're no longer going to be taping with a live studio audience because I believe that their audiences are already a little past the CDC recommended age of being out and looking at the sky. So I think after 60, pretty much the CDC is saying, hey, if you don't have to go out, don't go out. Seems to be kind of like the deal. They just had a thing about traveling for 60 and 70-year-olds. They were saying as far as like cruise ships, people over 60 should stay away from crowded cruise ships, movie theaters, shopping malls, and religious services.
Interesting.
According to the Centers for Disease Control, that is their recommendation, which that is going to take a dent out of all of those industries.
Yeah, my sister, who's a nurse, reminded me, because she's traveling this weekend. She's going to the St. Patty's Day celebrations in Chicago. She said, just keep in mind, the average age of the person that's passed away in Italy from the coronavirus is 81.
Average age.
Average.
Okay.
Is 81. So just keep that in mind. It is affecting the elderly a lot more than younger people.
Yes.
If you have pre-existing conditions, it's affecting that portion of the population a lot more than people that don't.
Mm-hmm. It is affecting some other St. Patty's Day festivities. Dublin, Ireland, they canceled their parade. New York City, Boston, still on, but I think they're having discussions to say, is this the best thing to do? And the tragic news, the coronavirus outbreak has shut down this weekend's cuddle party in San Francisco. So just to let you know.
Already, I wasn't going to go.
Okay.
So dumb.
Well, just to let you know.
Cuddle party. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Ah, jeez. It really is. A lot of the news that we have, unfortunately, is just it's inconvenient. Somebody was complaining earlier saying, my husband, he does the kind of stuff where you need those masks for like painting and all that kind of stuff, and he can't get them because people are grabbing them for the coronavirus, and so it's making his life a lot more inconvenient. People who like to poo a lot are having a hard time finding TP.
People are turning to crime. I mean, people are going into fast food establishments and they're going into their workplace and they're stealing the toilet paper.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's becoming a hot commodity now.
Oh, no.
Who would have known? Katie has a life hack and pro tip for you for the coronavirus. Find a long line. If you're stuck in one, like at a Walmart, you talk about how beautiful your trip to Italy or China was, then you cough a few times, bam, front of the line. Brilliant. There you go. That's how she's doing it. It's a good little tip there.
She's joking, everyone.
Yes.
She's joking.
Yeah. Doc Oz, he's serious. He's got a survival guide, though. But, he's saying a lot of the stuff that you already would know. Like get the sleep. That's the one thing they're saying. Apparently, Americans still can't get it through their head that you're deemed as weak if you sleep. And they're like, no, it's the exact opposite. You perform better. You function better. You have to recharge at least 7 hours. If you don't, you're not superhuman. You don't have a skill. You're not like of an elite group of humans. You're actually causing yourself a major disservice, and you're more apt to get disease.
You're going to be tired. You're going to be run down. Your immunes go down. And that's what your defense mechanism is from battling whatever's out in the air, the common cold, the flu, the corones, everything.
Yep.
The more you deplete your own energy and your own self-defense mechanisms, the more susceptible you are.
Yeah. So that's one of the
You're
easy ones right there.
You're going to get sick.
Yeah.
If you're
easy.
not sleeping, you're going to get sick.
So do that. 7 hours every single night. Doc Oz says so. Hygiene. He's, I guess, into that Wuhan shake, tap and feast, said don't shake hands. Don't touch your face. We're trying, Doc Oz.
We are. It is hard. You don't realize how much you touch your face.
I know. Yesterday we just tried it out for 1 hour, and Bird was way over the level. I think tomorrow we're going to have to do a sudden death, and the loser's going to have to wear the shock collar for 1 hour to try to break him of it. And we might have to bring in one of those cones that they put on dogs, Virginia.
We've got one.
That might be the next step. I think we need to get shock collar and the cone out for tomorrow's show. He's talking about triple your hand washing time to at least 20 seconds. A lot of people just whiz right through it. He said, make sure you got 2 weeks of things in case you do have to quarantine, the toilet papers, the soaps, detergents. Also said, eat your fruits and vegetables, take vitamin D3, get the flu shot Doc Oz recommends.
Yeah, we got that. Me and all the kids got that a couple months ago.
He said, if you are sick, take 80 milligrams of zinc daily, 250 milligrams of vitamin C twice a day, 250 milligrams of beta-glucan daily, and elderberry syrup. So that's what Doc Oz is saying to do. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, be ready.
It's expensive. When you add up all those things that he's suggesting you do, I dropped almost $100 yesterday at Walgreens. It's just expensive, buying cough drops and buying allergy meds and buying all the stuff that Rocco was prescribed.
Mm-hmm.
It adds up quick.
Okay. I got a question for you, Virginia.
Yes.
I know we always need money. That's just life.
Never enough.
Okay. I will give you $100 every hour. And we'll just keep doing this, and even overnight, too.
Till the end of time?
Till the end of time. $100 every hour. But you have to lick one side of each bill, and you're also not allowed to use any disinfectant afterwards, like mouthwash. Would you take it? I have $100 right now, but you have to, and not like how you lick the windshield. You have to flat tongue from one end of the bill to the other. You have to lick it, and I can't tell you where this bill's been.
No, I'm not doing it.
You would not do that for $100, and it doesn't end.
It's going to skeeve me out too much. I can't do it. It's going to be in my head. No, I can't. No.
Really?
You can't do it either.
Oh, I don't know.
Can you?
I don't know. I'll think about it.
I wish I had 100. I've got a 5. Will you do it for that? That's all I've got.
It's got to be 100.
These kids hit my wallet all the time. All I have is a 5.
Okay, I'm just kind of curious how many people would take that. All right, another tough corona question for you, Virginia.
Who's Virginia?
All right, you can either give the world the only working cure for the coronavirus or take $10 million for yourself. What do you do?
That's tough.
Now, I will tell you, and anybody, here's the thing, and I'll tell you what it is. When we answer these questions, there's always like, oh, here's how I'm going to answer it on the radio because people judge me if I did the other thing. But let's say that it was really pressing, and this was a legit deal. You had the cure for the coronavirus. And right now, you don't know how bad it's going to be, and it's taking out people that are 80 and whatever, and some people might be going, hey, you know what? Okay. It's just they're ticking
We got to
down.
stop this.
Well, you might say, some people might say, other people might just say, you know what, they're ticking down anyway.
That's not cool.
That's $10 million for myself. I'm just talking about human nature, Virginia. You can say it's not cool. Of course it's not cool. That's what people would say when they're in public and in a forum. But if you're in your heart of hearts, and if we're all being honest with ourselves, I got $10 million for yourself. You may be going, it's not really that bad anyway. I mean, come on, right now? I don't know how bad it's going to get, but I mean, right now.
Right now?
Right now, $10 million for myself.
I'd probably take the money.
I think a lot of people probably would.
And just think about it. I mean, with 10 mil, I don't have to leave my new house. I can self-quarantine.
Big time. You're fine. You're fine.
Not just me, but all the people I care about, too.
You and your family got to be fine. And you know what? You're taking this, this thing could burn itself out in a couple of weeks, and then we're like going, Corona, what? But then you never know. Like, you also could take that $10 million and it turns into a global pandemic, and it's like, oh my gosh, I could have ended this.
So right now, I'm taking the money.
Right now where we are today.
I may reevaluate a month from now.
You can't. You take it and then you got to live with your decisions.
I can't give it back in April?
No, you cannot. You've taken the $10 million and we destroyed the only vaccine we had, and now we don't have anything for the coronavirus. Okay.
I'm going to feel really bad.
I know nobody's going to verbalize their true answer out loud, but in your heart of hearts, what do you say?
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Yeah, people were kind of honest at first. Yeah, they were saying, okay, yeah, I would definitely take the money. Now, here was the scenario. You can either give the world the only working cure for the coronavirus, or you take $10 million for yourself. What do you do? A lot of people are like, I'm taking the money. Now, here's the thing that people are trying to play around on this, Virginia. You know, if you got the cure, it's not like you can sell the cure or you can get a lot of fame for having the cure. It's just you have it and you have to hand it over. There's no money. There is no, oh, okay, we're going to put you on Good Morning America.
Yeah, because, I mean, its true value is way more than $10 million right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But you don't get any cash.
You get nothing. You just only know in your heart of hearts.
Dang, Kevin, you cold.
That is just, like, okay, I feel like, maybe I've saved some lives and I could have stopped this from being a massive pandemic. But, then again, you never know because you get the cure out there and then it just kind of goes away and you're like, well, would it really have been that bad? Or did I just give away $10 million for no reason? How good do I feel and for how long? I thought this was kind of interesting. I just saw this today. Researchers looked at college students and found the act of donating money to save a life produced happiness at first, but they say the effects don't last. After about a month, those students who donated money were less happy than those who chose to keep the money for themselves.
Really?
Oh, that's just not,
I don't believe
we don't need
that
that for humanity today, do we?
No, I don't believe that.
You don't believe that at all, Virginia? No way, huh?
I think...
Just not happening.
No, I think that giving... Especially when you give and you don't have a lot of extra to give, and then you see that impact that it makes, that makes you feel good, and that lasts for a while.
A month, they say.
No. Kevin.
I'm hoping you're right. I couldn't believe that. I'm like...
They're wrong.
For the sake of humanity, I hope that they are wrong.
They are definitely wrong.
I would hope that they are wrong. I don't know if you heard this, but if you're a Catholic, the coronavirus is going to be affecting you. Somebody texted in and said the priest is no longer encouraging the peace be with you and the bread of life to avoid any spread of disease.
Okay. That's a good move.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big thing in the Catholic, Mass.
Yeah.
At one point in the Mass, you're supposed to turn around and shake hands with the people behind you, the people on your right, the people on your left, the people in front of you. You're supposed to touch about 10 people in the course of 30 seconds.
Right. And that just apparently is not coronavirus friendly, huh?
I think there was a Episcopalian priest that has the corones that was handing out the sacrament.
Well, there you go.
And now they had to shut down the whole church, and they think that he possibly could have exposed it to hundreds of people.
Oh, wow.
From communion.
Oh, jeez. Well, that's crazy. Well, we can't give you communion, but we can hear your true confessions. So if you've got something that you need to confess, and who knows, before long, they might shut down the confessionals too, Virginia. Hope they're schwabbing them things out.
You're right.
I mean, you just never know what's going to happen.
You don't.
Well, problems for the Catholic Church with the coronavirus. Well, they get very touchy-feely. And some of the services, the Bread of Life, Virginia, you turn around and high-five everybody and all that kind of good stuff. They're having to kind of bring that down a notch. And there was that priest you're talking about that was giving communion to people and apparently had a little touch of the corona.
I've never drank from the wine glass. It just freaks me out. But yeah, I get the communion. I shake people's hands all around me. So
yeah. It's really jacking up a lot of stuff and people. You know the thing I thought about today? I was listening to some music. I was getting ready for the show. And Billie Eilish's new James Bond theme came on. I'm like, that totally screwed her because think about that. They put the Bond movie off until like what, May or something like that. They're not going to release it for a while. And you need the movie to kind of like kick the vehicle of the song going up, but the song's out and they're promoting the song and that's riding without any movie to kind of like make people be like, oh, I really like that song. It's a Bond theme.
how is the song? I think we listened to it. It's good.
So it's good. It sounds like a Bond theme. It's very slow.
Okay.
That's the only I'd say. But I mean, I do like it, but yeah, it is very, very slow. So there you go. Well, with all the things that are happening, we have to find workarounds for everything, Virginia. Workaround for our TP, our mask, everything else that we need.
Just be smart, everybody. No panicking yet, but just, protect yourself and be smart.
Yes. So here's some of the confessions that we got here. Anything you want to drop on us today that you need to kind of get off your chest, feel a little bit better about, you can do it anonymously by texting to us, 877-979-9763, 877-979-WRMF. Somebody said that I have to confess, I bought a dog at a pet store that I really, really, really wanted and told my husband and family it was a rescue that I found on the side of the street.
Oh. Okay. At least you're confessing and getting it off your chest.
Yes. Okay.
Always rescue. When given the option of rescue or pay for a breed, always rescue.
Yes. Somebody said that I once had a memorably passionate one-night stand with a guy who years before used to homophobically bully me at school. # our gay secret.
Ooh.
Wow.
Juicy.
That would be kind of a really odd emotional moment, I would think.
You hear about how a lot of the homophobic bullying when it's, you're in school and the bullies that are yelling all the slurs turn out to be gay themselves.
Right.
But they were self-loathing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he wound up having a little tryst.
Crazy.
With the person that once bullied him. Interesting.
Yeah.
Somebody else said that I wanted to confess. I often sit with my noise-canceling headphones on, and I'm not even listening to music. It's just that my wife and mother-in-law talk so much and won't shut up that I can't stand it any longer. So I just put them on for peace of mind.
I don't think you're the only one, dude.
No, I don't think so. Somebody else in the chat room said I burned down my house and blamed it on my brother for years.
Oh, my.
Wow, might be why the family kind of ousted him, too. Sorry, bruh.
Oh, my.
Wow.
That's juicy.
Wow, okay.
That's a crime.
Yeah.
Burn down a house. Like, what was the motivation? Oh, my gosh, I have so many more
questions.
questions.
A lot of times it's accidental. Things might happen, and you're going, it wasn't me. You
blame the brother?
Yeah.
Dang.
Crazy. Okay, well, there you go. Anything else that you want to let us know? 877-979-9763. Somebody likes to go out and punch the clown during their lunch break in their car. Hopefully you're not within view of the office.
I think if you do it...
Where's Ted? He's doing the usual on the Subaru.
But if nobody can see you, it's a victimless crime.
It is, I know.
You got to make sure that nobody can ever even happen upon you.
Yeah.
And if you get any kind of jollies out of accidentally being seen, then it's a crime.
Yeah.
And you're hurting others, not just yourself.
It seems like it's victim. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure how I.
If nobody sees you and you're just releasing, I think you should be okay.
Okay.
What do I know?
Okay. Somebody else wants to confess. Yes, I wanted to check an old lady into a shelf and steal at least one of her things of toilet paper from her cart at Walmart. And they took a photo. All the TP was gone at Walmart, and this old lady was stocking up.
Oh.
Yeah.
You wanted to, but you didn't.
Didn't. Yeah.
Good.
You know what? Yeah, we're going to think bad things.
You can't take anything out of somebody else's cart in the store. That's not good.
Yeah. Somebody else said, I want to confess, there is this jerk at the radio station where I work, and to get back at him, I kept parking in his parking spot to piss him off. I drive a white truck.
That sounds personal.
That does sound personal, yes, and I think I might know who you're talking about.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Yeah, so many people on meth. Ow!
We were talking a little bit earlier in the show just how many people are going to start using the coronavirus to their advantage. Want to get out of appointments, dates, work, or maybe their trial. An Alabama sheriff is actually doing this, saying that he's got the coronavirus, so he can't go on trial for his theft of stealing campaign donations, using his job to obtain interest-free loans, and soliciting money for employees.
Oh, he was financially shady.
Yes.
Wow.
He actually went to the hospital. It's like, yeah, bad cough here. I just want you to diagnose me. And they actually didn't test him, but he's claiming because he just went to the hospital, he had to go for coronavirus. But apparently the judge is not buying it. They're not delaying his trial.
Yeah, it sounds a little too convenient, Sheriff.
Right. There is an Oklahoma couple that got arrested when they drove their car into a home.
Oh, my. Was it on purpose?
No, I don't think it was on purpose. Sounds accidental, but there were a couple causes for the accident. It happened at about 11 p.m. at night, so you can only imagine how startling it was for the people inside the home.
Yeah, hopefully he didn't hit the bedroom.
Yeah, it looked like they drove right into the living room. It was like a brick house, so they're going pretty fast. So they went and they found the people in the car in kind of an odd position kind of thing. They said that the woman was upside down with her butt on the steering wheel, and he had his face kind of, I guess, planted into her crotch a little bit. Now, they also, I don't know if the accident knocked some of their clothes off, but they were both about half naked.
Oh, my gosh. They were getting busy, and they wrecked into somebody's house?
Well, they think that they might have been in a numerical position. And there are a lot of interesting numbers that are in this. Two numbers I'll throw at you. One is 56, the other is 19. You know what that is?
56 and 19?
Yes. A couple other numbers to throw into this story. It's their ages. He's 56, she's 19.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Here's another interesting number, 27.5. That's how many times he was over the legal limit for alcohol.
Oh, my gosh. He's been arrested that many times?
No, that's what he blew on the breathalyzer.
Oh.
27.5 times the legal limit for alcohol.
Oh.
So he was highly intoxicated.
27? Is that possible to be living still?
I have no idea. The number one, I'll throw that out. That's how many crack pipes they found.
Oh, my gosh. They're lucky that they lived.
Yes. And then that other random number is 69. So, yes, that was pretty much everything that you need to know numerically from this very interesting story.
We knew 69 was going to be in it, but we did not know all those other numbers.
Yes, a lot of fascinating numbers in this one. They admitted to officers that they liked to get it on in their car on multiple occasions, but had no idea that it was illegal. Kind of like the guy who likes to punch the clown at work, so...
You don't know that it's illegal to hump and be driving down the road?
Man, they didn't know that for sure, Virginia.
Idiots.
They did not know, yeah. There was a flight that was going from England to Spain that had to return to the gate twice because of drunk passengers.
Twice?
Twice, yes. The flight was ready for takeoff, but had to go back to the gate because of a group of drunk passengers causing a disturbance. The group had been drinking in the terminal, and they brought their own alcohol on the plane. So the plane tried to take off a second time, but had to return to the gate because of another group of drunk passengers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You can't bring your own booze on the plane. I mean, you can sneak it, and if you get away with it, great. But if any of the flight crew sees you, they can remove you. So, don't advertise it and try to be on the DL.
Some valuable information, Virginia.
I had a flight attendant tell me that one time.
Okay.
Because she was like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Don't show it to me, you dummy. And I was like, really? She's
Right.
like, yeah, you got to hide it. Like, oh, all
At
right.
least challenge me. You're
Now
making
I
it
know.
too easy. Yes. This is an odd story. A guy in St. Pete Beach right here in Florida punched another man in the face this weekend after the guy called him Drew Carey.
Oh.
Apparently the guy does look a lot like Drew Carey, but he doesn't like to be acknowledged as such.
I mean, if you look like Drew Carey and then somebody says that, get it together. You can't go around punching everybody that thinks you look like Drew Carey.
He doesn't want to look like Drew Carey, and he can't live with the facts, Virginia.
Well, maybe you look like him.
There's a guy in Portland, Oregon that robbed the legendary Voodoo Donut Shop on Saturday. Remember we had, you went there when we were there.
I went there.
Yeah.
They made us, back when our company that we were working for liked us, they made us KVJ donuts. They were customized.
They did, from Voodoo Donut Shop, yeah.
That donut shop is cool.
Well, he got robbed on Saturday with a hatchet.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was not that big of a hatchet. It was a small, pocket hatchet.
Still.
The guy got his donuts, went a block away, and started eating the delicious donuts, the sugary confections. Didn't take long before they found him. He apparently didn't put up much of a fight. He just wanted a voodoo donut.
You know what it is? It's like our Jupiter donuts that do all the fun, crazy stuff. That's what Voodoo Donuts does, like all kinds of fun toppings.
Huge donuts, yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a guy in India, that was upset on Valentine's Day when his girlfriend made fun of him for not having a motorcycle.
What?
She apparently is going, you don't have a motorcycle?
It's a status thing.
Well, it's hard to date a guy that doesn't have a motorcycle. So he went out and he took care of the situation. He showed her because he stole 8 of them.
That's a little excessive.
It was excessive, but he wanted to prove his point. Oh, yeah, I got a black one. I got a blue one. I got a Harley. I got a Kawasaki.
Not so bright, this guy.
Yeah, no, he was arrested. And finally, there is a new dating site that's only open to men who have below average size junk.
Okay, Bird. Let's do this.
You can only sign up if you're under 5.5 inches in the pants.
Oh, we definitely got a ringer.
Oh, that's just... Who's going to do this? No restrictions on women who want to join the site, but guys cannot be oversized to be on it.
So far, no women have signed up.
Yeah. Now I'm good. That's all right. And you know what? It's probably going to turn out to be some kind of scam for the guys that do.
It's really like a secret scam for a penile implant company.
No, it's just a viral joke. They're going to blast their photos everywhere. Like, if you see this guy, know that he's short in the pants.
Oh.
Sure, it's going to be bad. So there you go. Well, if you want your dream man, The Bachelor, how you feeling about this, Virginia? You watching this silliness at all?
I haven't really watched a lot of The Bachelor this season. I got to be honest with you.
Well, I thought last night was the finale, and then I find out last night's not the finale.
I'm excited about the next Bachelorette, who's going to be an older girl. That's going to be fun because they're going to have all older people. I think that's a nice way to shake it up a little bit. She's 39.
Oh, ratings are going to plummet.
You think?
Yes.
Oh.
We were right finding out. People want young, hot people to look at. It's going to fail terribly.
I'm more interested in having it be a little bit different. I think they've had the same formula for so long.
I know.
I like a little shake-up.
I think this show's more popular than ever. And I don't get it. I know the ladies in my family, my daughter has Bachelor watch parties. My wife was like, are you going to watch it with me? And I'm like, I am not going to watch The Bachelor with you tonight.
Aww.
I'm sorry, I love you to death, but that's just where I draw the line.
What if it puts her in a romantic mood and then she's like, hey.
Oh, it's late. I got to get to bed, Virginia. I got to work.
Okay, old man.
I mean, come on. I honestly don't know if I could sit through an episode of The Bachelor.
Why don't you have her DVR it and y'all can watch it on a Saturday and then you don't have to go to bed.
That's just what a monumental waste of an hour.
Aww.
So I don't know.
It's not an hour, by the way.
Really?
Oh, it's going to be 2 at least.
It's unbelievable to me.
I think they have 3-hour finales.
Well, and I don't think it was the whole. I'm confused because my wife was telling me it was the finale, and I got today just to see whatever happened, and I'm like, it didn't seem like there was a finale.
Sometimes there's like trickery at the end too.
So it's like a multi-part finale or something like that.
Oh yeah, they'll milk it for several days sometimes.
Gosh. All right. Well, it's still going on. All right. Any take on that? You can hit us up. Also, we got a round of makeup or breakup. When people don't want to come on the radio, but they want to know if, like, hey, should I be dumping this toad I'm with? They send us an email. I'll run them by you next for your opinions.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
I was checking a little bit more on that website. It's for the guys who are a little bit smaller in the pants. It's a dating site for them. I thought, who's going to do this? I mean, what guy would want to go on there and admit that? They say 27,762 people signed up right away. And here's the thing. I just feel like this is a scam. I think they're going to take all these guys' faces and their identities, and they're going to blast them out there. And everybody's going to be able to see that these guys are short in the pants. And everybody's going to, like, make fun of them.
Are we allowed to submit on someone's behalf?
Yeah, I wonder, like, how do you prove it? How do you know it's legit? Because you're right. What a great joke that you would play on your dumb guy friends. And then you would point out, be like, hey, do you know he was on? And listen to this. The dating app, it's called Dinky One.
Oh, Dinky.
Hey, well, I mean, imagine you're doing. Hey, do you know Bird's on Dinky One? Yeah, look. I mean, but that's what you would do. That would be like the total setup if you did this.
He's not just a member; he's the president. You learned that he started the whole thing.
I'm very suspect of this. I don't really think this is a real thing.
I mean, how many numbers? When you said how many?
27,762 is what they're claiming, like right away.
That's a lot. I'm gonna look for it. Dinky
and it's
One.
Exclusively for men who are less endowed.
Dinky One dating app. It's real.
And it says for women who prefer guys on the smaller side of things. I don't buy any of this. Now, the app says the global average length is about 5.5 inches. Remember that 50% of the male population will have a member less than average size. So they're saying, hey, don't be ashamed because you're just like half of the world of men, but the smaller half of the world of men. And they say that there are women who just prefer a smaller man for comfort reasons. And they want this dating app for it.
It's funny. It's pretty ripe for exploitation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it feels like they're reeling you in so they can blast you, like you're saying.
I've Dinky One? That's a terribly unflattering name on top of it. That tells you that you're getting into something that, okay, this just isn't right, doesn't it?
There's like pictures. What if you're the face of Dinky One?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
well, and a lot of times, you know, we found that out with other social media platforms. When they get your photo, they can take it and use it. So imagine if they did an ad for Dinky One and you do become the face of Dinky One because you signed up, or even worse, because one of your dumb friends signed you up thinking it'd be funny.
Join Dinky One. Enter your email address here. What's Jay Bird's email address?
Can you set somebody up and put them on Dinky One?
Use his Hubbard one.
Here's his company one.
Yeah.
So they reach out to him and there's some kind of issue.
Oh, it'll definitely get flagged on the corporate level. So they'll know at corporate that he has a small wiener.
And he doesn't ever check his work email.
No.
So they have to come and talk to him in person about Dinky One.
Jay Bird, you can't be signing up for small penis dating sites using company email.
Plus, he'll think it's spam or some sort of like hacker or something.
You wouldn't click on that.
Yeah, no, you never
Well,
would.
the company will think it is too.
Well, that's it. Absolutely. It would definitely red flag everybody.
Oh,
you should do it.
Jason Pennington, KVJ.
He'll be like, there's no way this is real.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm very suspect. I don't think it's real either. I think we're gonna find out a day or so that there was some kind of scam with
We're gonna
it.
find out because we're signed up. He's officially getting signed up as you speak.
He's going on Dinky One, huh? All right. Well, I was telling you that I couldn't figure out what was going on with The Bachelor because I know my wife was like, "Oh, do you want to watch the finale with me?" And then I was just kind of like, up checking stuff out today, and I was trying to see what was going on. I'm like, well, I don't see anything about they usually have that stupid tearful audio of when they propose, right?
Yes.
I'm like, oh, of course, I'm
Yeah, it's like usually on a hillside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of that today. So I'm like, I'm all confused. I don't know what, maybe my wife is confused. Maybe I'm confused. So I asked Dennys to come in here and kind of set it all right for me. So he's going to give us a very emotional update on what happened with the Bachelor finale last night.
Okay.
I need to know here.
Was it the end?
Well, just listen up here, Virginia.
All right.
What do you got for us, Dennys?
Well, Madison is back on The Bachelor, and she has regrets. In last night's part 1 of the finale,
oh, jeez.
we watched Madison walk away from Peter after realizing they might not be so compatible. Especially...
His name's Peter?
Yeah, he's the Peter that did it 4 times in the windmill with Hannah. Come on, Kevin.
He's a busy Peter.
Oh, my gosh. Peter working at Peter.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't on Dinky one.
No, he's not.
You don't think? Okay.
I doubt it.
But she's worried about their compatibility, especially after Peter's mom really grilled her about all the things they did not have in common.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, it sounds like drama. I think that's what I saw today. I think the mom was on there crying. And she's like, this is what love is. How could you not bring her home to us?
Oh, no.
Well, she decided it was best for both her and Peter if she walked away, even if Pete did not agree. This is really going to throw a wrench into Pete's potential plans to propose to Hannah Ann, especially depending on the way Maddie answers Krish's questions about whether she's in love with him, which she probably is.
Of course she is.
And that's the update for you.
It's so dumb.
How many parts is it going to be till we know?
It'll be 2 parts. I think that's pretty typical with the show.
Is it?
To do the big, they split the last episode. The last episode's, grandiose.
And did they do 2 hours of it last night?
No, it was 7.
I think it all equates out to a total of 3 hours, like Virginia said earlier.
Just as long as Peter is in the windmill.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Peter's doing the windmill.
With that thing.
Yeah. Not on Dinky.
Not on Dinky one.
Somebody brought up a good point. Imagine when the topic of conversation comes up of how you met, and you got to say Dinky one.
Oh, speaking of Dinky one, I need you to go in Jaybird's email and confirm the membership. They won't.
All right.
They won't accept him until we sneakily confirm it.
All right.
Okay.
I can confirm that.
All right. Okay, there you go. All right, what I got here for you is some makeup or breakups here. If things are emotional in your life, just like on The Bachelor, you can tell us what's going on here, even if you don't want to go on the radio, and we'll give you our thoughts here. Okay, got a few, and they said, hey, please not put these on the radio, but I'd like to hear what you think we should do here.
Don't say their names.
That's it. I'm not going to say names. I'm going to give you a generalization of what is going on in their situation.
Okay.
And would you proceed, makeup or breakup? Or would you just be done with this? Okay, here's the summary on this one. On our first date, he revealed just how much he already knew about me, like my address, the names of everyone in my family, my pet's name, and my annual salary. First date.
What?
I think everything else is kind of cool, but she's just like, wait, he knew my pet's name? How did he get my salary?
You can find out all of that by stalking somebody on social media, but it is a little creepy. Even if you do all that back research,
right,
you don't verbalize it to her.
I kind of feel like, yeah, that's poor judgment. And then do you want to continue dating somebody that doesn't have any more wherewithal to realize that you would be freaked out or else put off that you looked up somebody's salary? He's
emotionally stupid, and I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out too. I like somebody that plays their cards a little closer to their vest. If you know information, that's the most valuable thing you can have. Why would you tell them?
We all stalk people on the internet.
Sure.
We all Google your name before we go on a date with you, but you don't reveal that.
Yeah, you don't want to freak them out ahead of time.
This guy is a dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dummy. Get out now. Okay. What about this one? Makeup or breakup? He covered for his friend who cheated on his wife on their wedding day.
Oh.
No.
This is what her boyfriend did. Yep. Birds of a feather. Yep.
Birds of a feather.
It's violating her conscience.
It's one thing to know about it. It's another thing to help cover it up.
Right.
You're involved.
give it an alibi or whatever you do.
That says that you don't think it's that bad of a thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not be down.
No, you're helping hide the body. It's too much.
Okay, last one here, makeup or breakup. We were having sex, and she laughed and said, "What the hell are you even doing?"
Dinky one.
Could you be? I mean, he got shamed in the throes of passion. Can you stay with somebody that has done that?
I mean,
so who's writing us, him or her?
And she laughed and said, "What the hell are you even doing?"
It's got to be him.
Yeah.
He may need to move on because it sounds like maybe she's too sexually experienced for you and you're not bringing the game that she likes.
Right.
She may not be the girl for you because
You're probably on deck for a dumping because she probably can't get out of her mind. Be like, what was that?
And maybe, I don't know, talk to some girlfriends of yours and explain your techniques to them and see if you're doing it wrong.
Or, I don't know. I think I'd be self-conscious and not say a word. Because they may be like, "You did what?" If it's really that bad that I got called out that hard.
I can just tell you from experience, especially, when you're a younger person in the game, a lot of times you want to say to him, "What are you doing?" Because he doesn't know what he's doing. And it's normal when you're young and you're learning.
Oh, yeah.
But what she should have said is, "Hey, don't do it that way. Do it this way instead," and helped him by coaching him through it.
Making it a teaching moment.
Exactly. I'm here to tell you, a lot of us girls have thought that in our head.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? So could you stay in that relationship?
If I'm him, I'd know. I think she's not the girl for you.
Yeah, I think I'd be so embarrassed I would just leave.
I don't know. I have to hear more because I mean, what was going on? Were they out drinking?
Right.
There's so many variables.
And if you really like her, maybe you should ask her for the coaching that you need.
Yeah. Okay.
How hot is she?
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of with Denny's. I'm not going to say all the way out, but yeah, it's iffy.
Yeah, because one time I was in the throes of passion and I was trying to kick my jeans off. You know the move where you kick your jeans off and they come off? Sometimes they get caught on your ankle and they just won't. So, I mean, you're in the middle of passion, and I'm trying to, at the same time, shake these jeans off my leg, right?
Yeah.
And I remember a girl once saying, like, "What are you doing?" And it's because I was trying to get my jeans off my leg. So, I mean, I got to hear more of the story.
She's like, "Why are you doing like this weird extra gyrate?
Why are you convulsing?
You're shaking me."
I thought you were going to say you kicked her in the face.
Oh, my gosh.
No. I have fallen though and gotten a Charlie horse at the same time. It was rough.
Okay.
I had to get
All
taken out and put back in.
It could have been silly funny. Yeah, injured reserve.
Yes.
All right, got a situation you want a ruling on for a makeup or breakup? Send us the email, mail@kvjshow.com.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
So poor Jay Bird, he has a day where he has to stay with his dog Chewy. Take him to the vet doctor today, and while he's not here, he gets signed up for Dinky Ones, the dating site for under-endowed men.
I'm filling out his whole profile, too, and he's going to get tips, dating advice, what to do out there in the world if you've got a small donger.
They have all that?
Yeah.
They offer
It'll
tips?
send you tips, alerts, confidence boosters, icebreakers.
Like positive affirmations?
Yes.
Can you get that now, or is that something that you have to be fully signed up before you get that stuff?
You have to be signed up, and it goes to your email. He's just going to start getting all these emails. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because Denny's been in there. I guess it's all good.
You have to fill out what you are, what you're looking for. I filled it out and said he's looking for casual relationships with women that are either the same age as him or younger. And it says, "I am, check all that apply, short, shy, funny."
Okay. Funny. Of course you're funny.
Vegetarian. I like to be vegetarian sometimes.
Okay.
Professional.
Okay.
My interests are, this is fun. Okay. Pets. He loves pets.
He does.
He's out today because of his pet Chewy.
Yes.
He loves the outdoors. He loves sports. He loves holidays. He loves music, movies. He doesn't love cars, doesn't love shopping.
Okay.
Doesn't love coffee. All right.
Yeah,
I
not
am
a lot of-
building a great profile here for him to find love.
Not a lot of interest there.
Would it be funny if he found like the one on Dinky one?
It would be pretty amazing. Honestly, I don't know how to react to that story. Wait, let's say he did have the greatest woman ever respond to Dinky one.
Yeah. And we find him love off a goof.
Wow. Wouldn't it be the greatest love story ever told?
I'm down.
Well, to me, what's crazy about the coronavirus is just how it's like throwing regular things into chaos. It's kind of like crazy, and I think it's only going to get worse here in the next couple of days or weeks. Hopefully everything just kind of like chills and it just starts to go away and starts to subside. But yeah, you got different things that are being canceled, and you're going to start seeing some interesting things. Concerts are getting pushed back. Some just getting canceled. Meet and greets not going to be happening. On some international playing fields, like Cristiano Ronaldo had to play his 1,000th game of his career in front of an empty stadium. They've dabbled with that a little bit here, but Pat Riley, the president of the Miami Heat, doesn't think it's going to happen. LeBron said he wouldn't play if it did, but I know they talked about possible empty arenas for men's basketball's March Madness, and they wouldn't have the kind of leverage that LeBron has to not play.
Yeah, they've got to play. If the sanctioned group that holds the whole thing says you're playing, you're playing.
Right. So St. Patrick's Day stuff in Dublin, Ireland is canceled. So who knows exactly what else might be happening with it. So here's some of the things that you're not having to deal with. We were talking about this earlier. The poor guy that had texted in said, yeah, I'm the guy with chronic bronchitis, doesn't have the coronavirus, but nobody knows that. So everywhere I go, I'm getting these terrible looks.
Aww.
Everybody thinks I'm just out here to pollute the world and contaminate everybody. That's not the case. And a lot of people, too, are like going, I don't know what, like people with getting the masks and all that. I got this email that came into us, and it said, my friend went in for a massage over the weekend. She got into the room, lay down on the bed. The massage therapist walks in to the room wearing a mask. So I'm thankful that she is, but she's not wearing any gloves. So my friend asked her to put on some latex gloves, but the massage therapist is like, I'm not going to use latex gloves while giving a massage. And she says, look, I'm wearing the mask just to help me from getting sick from any of my clients. Well, my friend stops the massage and says, look, unless you put on gloves, I'm out. And the massage therapist is like, fine, I'm not putting on gloves because I can't really give a massage wearing gloves. But if you're going to leave, you've already taken up my time, you're going to have to pay for the massage. She's like, go get the manager. The manager comes in. She gets into a big blowout with the manager saying that she wants a refund. And he's like, sorry, if you ever want to come back here, you're going to have to pay for this.
Wow.
Yes.
That's messy. So the massage therapist wasn't sick. They were trying to protect themselves from catching something from one of their...
Yeah, so they were wearing a mask, but wouldn't wear gloves, which I guess I could get. In fact, I wouldn't want my massage therapist to wear gloves. It'd be like, just wash your hands and then we're good, right?
Yeah, I don't think they can give a massage properly with the gloves
I wouldn't think
on.
so either.
It changes how they're able to do all the techniques and stuff.
Yeah, so she writes, my friend is kind of looking for me to back her up on this.
No.
But yeah.
Don't back her up. Tell her to get it together.
Was she being smart or overreacting?
She was overreacting. If the massage therapist is not sick,
right.
The massage therapist is only wearing the mask to protect themselves from you and what the customers might be bringing in there. There's no need to insist they wear gloves.
Right. That's just...
now you're sounding crazy, and you're sounding like you're making this worse than it is. You're not going to help anything by being crazy.
Don't you hate that when your friends come to you and they're just looking for your approval and they're completely wrong, and you're like,
you got to tell them.
I'm like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You got to say something. You got to tell her, honey, you're wrong on this one. I love you, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
That's it.
Back out.
I'm not going to stop loving you.
Yeah.
You're still my friend, but you're wrong. Go apologize.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to affect people going to restaurants and the such? Are we going to get to that point? And are people going to start freaking out about food and be like, oh, you got to wear gloves or send it back and that kind of stuff?
You may eventually see that. We just don't know where it's going to go. But, I mean, this is not the worst of it. I think with each passing day, we see that it's becoming more pervasive and it's taking more people out.
Are you sitting here kind of stunned watching all this? Because
Yes.
I am. I'm like, I can't even believe this is happening.
I can't either.
I feel like I'm in a weird movie or something, and I'm like, is this for real? I feel like I'm being punked.
I was thinking that last night, when I had to go to Walgreens and pick up prescriptions for Rocco because he doesn't have the coronavirus, but he's got like a bronchial issue. He has allergies that turn into coughing, that turn into the croup, but that's normal for him. He gets that a lot. But as I'm walking through the store with him and he's coughing and there's no toilet paper, there's no hand sanitizer, and there's people in there trying to buy hand sanitizer and they're like, well, when are you getting more? And they're yelling at the manager. I'm like, am I in a movie?
I feel like I'm in a mad world.
An Armageddon movie or dream?
Right.
It's
it
all
does.
like
It feels like a
fuzzy.
dream.
Like everybody's on edge. Everybody's just looking at each other. At least they were in the Walgreens last night. It was a weird vibe.
So bizarre. Yeah, everything, like the world is a weird place right now.
It is. It's scary, but you don't want to be like living in fear, but you also don't want to do something stupid and catch it. So what do you do?
Somebody else emailed in and said, yeah, try working at the bank. Everybody wants to say they have the most germs. No, bankers do, people. Come in sick all the time. It's so annoying. They sit at the desk or the teller line coughing over everything. Then they hand us all their money with the germs to pass it back out to other people. People are disgusting, and you especially see it at a bank.
Wow.
Then on top of it, we got hand sanitizer for us, and customers keep coming in trying to steal our hand sanitizer. We're the ones who need it. We got to handle you and the dirty money you give us.
Now, are you allowed to wear a glove as a bank teller?
I don't know. I know sometimes already they did. They wear like those little they're kind of like finger condoms.
Finger rubbers.
You're seeing those
Yes,
things? Yeah.
I've seen them.
I've seen that before.
They're funny to look at.
Yeah, so I don't know. Whatever this is. It is a mad world right now.
Yeah, it might be a good time to use your debit card, not cash.
Yeah. All right. Anything else that you want to drop in on us? 877-979-9763. Somebody texted and said, yeah, I've actually had a massage therapist use gloves before years ago, and it was really weird. Yeah, I wouldn't think you would want that.
Unless you're into that, which some people like the feel of rubber. But if you're a normal person, it's going to feel odd.
Right. That's what I would think, too. I'd be like, oh, no, I'm good. Please don't. So, yeah. Weird. All right. You can text us, also email to KVJ Show.
Want to find the KVJ Show on social media? Just search KVJ Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Simple, huh?
It's good to know you're not imagining it. Your Mondays, you seem like you're a little sluggish, not the best version of yourself. You're not alone. Apparently, a lot of people are doing that. It's the Monday effect. And they say that Amazon is really starting to notice it because, they're so specific on everything. They keep such great records, and their productivity has got to be key and paramount to what they do with all those packages that have to go out.
Bezos loves to keep a record.
Oh, yeah. They are finding that of all the transactions they do on a Monday, and they just pulled 800,000 of them, they found that typically on a Monday that everything moves about 10% slower, or it takes 10% longer to get just a basic order placed on Monday than any other weekday.
I would agree with that. I think all of us kind of slowly get back into it.
Yeah, I think, as people really start to study this and you do get actual numbers of productivity and try to optimize people and do the best things for your workforce, we might start finding that kind of stuff where we've talked about the 4-day work week. And we're like, hey, if we're already 10% slower on Mondays, maybe we either get rid of the Mondays or we just start readjusting because it doesn't seem to be working out great. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I love a 4-day work week. I think it sounds awesome. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen. Not for most people's jobs, because think about how we function. We serve people that go to work Monday through Friday.
Right.
The majority of people go to work Monday through Friday. So that's not changing anytime soon.
Maybe, maybe not. I know some countries are doing it with great success.
Maybe 5 years down the line.
But unfortunately, the Amazon way, they're actually looking at how maybe robotic automation would clean up the effect of Mondays by about 90%.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
There goes your job.
Yeah, you're going to get Mondays off, and Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. I'm fine. Okay. Fortunately, Jaber was not able to join us today. He had a little bit of a dog emergency with his dog Chewy. You need to be with him, and he's going to be taking him to a specialist today. So hopefully we can get a good prognosis. I know before, how long ago was it that he had the medical emergency with Chewy? Is that about a month ago?
Yeah. It's about
went down?
3.5, 4 weeks ago.
I'd say that's right.
They put him on meds that were supposed to control like the doggy vertigo, but I guess it's back.
Yeah, I think Chewy's just got a few things going on, so I think it just gets tougher and tougher.
He's got like tumors. He can't see. I mean,
yeah.
It's a rough row.
Mm-hmm.
So
we need some positivity.
Yes.
That's all about.
Chewy, if you're listening, this one's for you.
All right, Denny's going to stand in to close things out before we get to the After the Show podcast. What you got for us today, Denny's? Bring some heat.
Do something today that your future self will thank you for.
Oh, Denny. See the wisdom in that, Virginia?
That's so understatedly awesome.
Are you blown away like I'm blown away?
Blown.
Just a bam.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.